Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome back to Third Culture Conversations. Today we have a very, 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 very special guest. I know we've talked about how we can say that we can no longer rely on land as a method of acquiring wealth. And yet, there was somebody came back and said, no, listen, land is the original wealth acquisition, but at the same time, it is the original wealth acquisition. I didn't know if I said that correctly. This is how I do. You buy kuongea mob. This is the problem about trying to talk too much. But anyway, Benny and I are very excited to have Andrew from AMG Realtors with us today. Benny, you want to do the honors of introducing your very esteemed gentleman guest?
Certainly. Hey. Now, in life, I think in life there's only one thing that we've come to understand in life. The only people you cannot choose are family. Family you choose. You cannot choose your family. You're born into a family and that's it. And then there comes around when as you grow up, as you do life, you run into other people into your life. Friends. These ones you choose. And the older you become, the more understanding of how careful you have to be when you're choosing those people who are in your life. It's cliche, but it goes without saying that you always have to sit back and do an inventory of the people in your life and ask, what benefit are you bringing into my life? What am I learning from you? What am I benefiting from? What am I, as a person, growing by you being in my circle? Now, I've been fortunate that this guy over here, Andrew, is one of those few people who in life you can be able to pinpoint and say, I've been able to do such and such and such because of this guy. So, without further ado, on my right is Andrew Muthee Gitau.
Yes. You got it. Yeah.
CEO, director. Is it still director? Because sometimes maybe you were CEO, then you were director. What happened?
Founder never changed.
Founder. Let's keep it simple. Founder, director of AMG Realtors.
Yeah.
One of the most trustworthy realtor companies in Kenya. And obviously, I won't go much into that because the mouthpiece is here himself. But everyone, please put your hands together and welcome the one and only AMG, Andrew.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to
Asante sana. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So,
tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Tell us what brought you here. Why are you here? Why? It's not a grilling question, but it's open floor for you, brother.
So Kevin and Ben, thank you very much. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. Why am I here? I'll go into that. But let me introduce myself. My name is Andrew Muthee Gitau. I am a father of 4 lovely children and 1 wife globally. My firstborn is 18, I have a 15, 11, and then 7.
Okay.
3 girls, and then 1 boy. My last born is a boy. Incidentally, I am also an only boy, and I have 3 sisters. So I kind of replicated my family. The only difference is I'm not a last born, I'm a third born.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
I'm also 1 boy, 3 girls.
Oh, wow.
I have 3 sisters, but I am the firstborn though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah, so that's my family. I live in Kenya, in Nairobi. I grew up in Nairobi. What else do you want to know? I am the founder of AMG Realtors Limited, a company I founded 13 years ago. I run it today with my wife and a team of 100 people. We have 5 branches. Our headquarters is in Nairobi, Kenya. Then we have a branch in Nakuru, Nanyuki, Malindi, and Irving, Texas.
Irving, Texas.
Yep.
Shout out to
That's
Texas.
the new boy.
Yeah, that's a new boy.
Yeah.
The
Congrats.
youngest. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, happy
Amazing.
to be here.
Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. I know you're a very busy man with very valuable time.
We don't take it lightly.
We don't take it lightly.
Yes.
Not so busy, but anyway.
That's what all CEOs say. But you look at their
Bali
calendar.
too, like kunja sura, like and be like, yo, actually,
Yeah,
I'm,
I'm leaving. I'm about to leave.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
my
I
PJ
know.
is waiting
I
for
know,
me on
I
the-
know, I
in
know.
fact, we're wasting your time.
Yeah, I know.
Throw some stuff like that.
I
in there.
know, I know. Yeah.
So why land? Why real estate? Like what is it that inspired you in that
So,
direction?
backstory before you get into that.
Okay.
Our last guest,
Yes.
Miano. All right.
My good
So-
friend, Miano.
By the way, yeah,
He's a good
small
friend
one.
of mine. Yeah,
That's
very,
small
very good
one,
friend.
man,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Small one.
and incidentally used to work with my wife at PwC.
At PwC.
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, when
You
you
did
in
mention the
Kenya.
big four.
when he was dropping all those big fours on that on the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know him from there. Yeah.
Nice.
So wife is the smart one. Okay. So,
Yes, of course.
okay, now we know where the success is coming from. That's pretty
Yeah. 100%.
we all say we all married up, so
Yeah,
it's okay.
yeah.
By the
It's-
way, we all did.
It's a good admission.
So in that aspect, so when we had Miano over here, man, Miano dropped a bunch of gems about what we can do about basically estate planning, retirement planning, and overall wealth accumulation protection and transferring, making sure all these things are in line. He did mention that he diversified into all these other
Options.
because growing up, all he knew was land.
Yes.
That's all he understood.
Yeah.
And when he got here, he started seeing how, okay, yes, land is still there, but there's still all these other options, and we should focus on that also, or we should also look into that a little bit. Man, Andrew reached out to me like, yo, why you guys taking a dump on land over there? Land is still king.
Yeah.
Land is still king. And we know land is still king. So I took the opportunity. I was like, you know what? Why don't you come over and explain to us what we are missing?
Fantastic.
Yeah. Or what the
Fantastic.
other people are missing about land.
Okay, very good. Well, for me, the argument is they are not mutually exclusive. I think that would be the beginning of my statement. What do I mean? We should look at life in abundance and say, because I've had this story, even in Kenya, there's an MP trending now because he said, don't buy a plot, don't build that flat, put your money, Njoro, yeah.
Njoro, yeah. Mhm.
So he said, put your money in the stock exchange. And the question I ask is, why do they have to be mutually exclusive? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why do we assume that the money you have is only enough to do either of the two and not both? Why can't we look at it and say, put some money in land, put some money in apartment, put some money in housing, put some money in the stock exchange? The Bible tells us you should plant in 8 different places, isn't it? And just see what will come out. Number one. Number two, if you look at, if you open Forbes today and you look at the richest people, I like to read, I like to see the person, the age, and the industry they are in. Yeah? If you look at the list, they put that.
Yeah.
If you read the first 10, and then you read the second 10, which is the first 20, and then the next 30, and then the next few,
Yeah.
what are you going to find out? What will you see? Which industries are they in?
There's a lot of tech, manufacturing, but there's a consistent basis of land ownership. Because Carlos, the guy
real
from
estate,
Mexico,
real estate, yeah, in their portfolio. But that's not even the point. The point is the first one, that 50 different people will be in probably 20 different industries. True or not true?
True.
Makes sense.
And that's my point. My point is, wealth is not created by one formula. Wealth is created by different formulas. And I am a man of faith, so I believe that God blesses us in different ways. And why does He do that? So that we can depend on each other. Assume all of us who are in real estate, who would buy the land from who would buy the house from who. We are all selling.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a story. There's a market called Sokomjinga in Kenya on the way to Nakuru, right?
Yeah. The direct translation is a stupid market.
Yes. Yes. Stupid market. So I asked, so actually my former barber, one day he was full of funny stories. So one day he asked me, so he's shaving me and he asked me, do you know why Sokomjinga is called Sokomjinga? And I said, I don't know, tell me. And he says, you know what used to happen? Because it's right in the middle, it's right on the sides of the highway, the Nairobi Nakuru highway.
Right.
Yep.
And he says the reason it's called Sokomjinga is because long time ago, people from this side of the road and this side of the road would bring different produce and they would exchange. They would do barter trade.
Okay.
So if you're from the left side of the road, you would bring your produce, and the people from the right side of the road would bring their different produce, and they would exchange. They would do barter trade. Okay, I said, yeah, fair enough. So then he says, so one day it happened that both sides of the road brought sukuma wiki. So this side brought sukuma wiki, and this side brought sukuma wiki. This is kale, right? Kale in English.
Yeah.
And now they arrived and everybody had kale. They had sukuma wiki. And they said, oh my, both sides have sukuma wiki. What do we do? They said, since we came and since we are here, let's still exchange. So,
You're kale, my kale.
yeah. So you give this guy your sukuma wiki and he give you. So that's the reason the soko is called Sokomjinga. I don't know how true it is. Moses, my former barber, who now lives in Canada, has to come and explain whether this story is true or not. But anyway,
Okay.
what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that God allows us to do different things so that we can depend on each other.
That's true.
So that we depend on each other. That we are not independent, right?
Okay.
So coming back, I'm trying to say that land is one way of getting to riches, of building your wealth. If you do land, it does not mean then you cannot do shares. It does not mean that you cannot be in the capital market. It does not mean that you cannot start a foundation. It does not mean that you cannot register a trust because you bought a plot in Nairobi or you bought a plot in Juja or you bought a plot in Nanyuki. You can still do those things. For me, the biggest problem I have is when people say, don't buy land, do this. Why? Us, we never tell people don't invest in the stock exchange. I personally have had a very, very tough journey in the stock exchange in Nairobi. I bought Kenya Airways shares, and I don't mind saying it. It's a public listed company. In 2006, 2007, there at 72 shillings.
At 72 shillings.
I bought 1,000 shares, 72,000 bob. I remember very well.
Yes.
Today, that share is about five. It's
or
less.
6 shillings.
Yeah, 6 shillings. So I've lost money, but I would never come and say, "Don't buy shares," because of my one experience. Because I know Dindi is making money from the stock exchange.
Yeah.
If
So
I
they're
put,
pretty much
if
So
I-
the more people he brings into the market, the more he benefits, by the way.
yes, yeah, but for me, I don't think we need to beat others up for us to gain. That is you get my point.
I get that point.
I don't think Dindi needs to say that don't buy land for people to buy shares.
Yeah.
You can ask people to buy shares without asking them not to
buy land.
Not to buy land.
But
I-
You see,
and by
that's
the
my
way,
point. Yeah.
That makes sense. But okay, I think we are missing a step a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
Let's bring it back a little bit.
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Obviously, the podcast is third culture, and
Yeah.
for the most part, we are also looking at how diasporans, how people who come from Kenya, and not Kenya, I'm sorry, from anywhere you've come from. Obviously, in reference to Kenya, for most of us have come from Kenya. Now, and then you're in this new land. You have to succeed. So you were actually a diasporan before you went back, and
Yes.
then you got into land. So
Yes.
before we get into land, there is some. What's the new word for the day? There's some nuances that you're the one who dropped the nuances thing. There's some nuances that we need to cover a little bit.
Okay.
So
Fair
how
enough.
did you how did you start off? How did you
Okay.
end up? How did you end up in the in the US?
Okay.
And then how did it all go before you actually
Okay.
decided on land? And then
Okay.
we'll pick up from land from there.
Okay, very good. So my story, yeah. So my story is fairly straightforward, fairly simple. I finished college and I was so blessed to get a job immediately. I got a job with Procter and Gamble. That was my first employer. It's an American company. And then 2.5 years later, I left. I joined Colgate-Palmolive, another American company based out of New York. But I was employed obviously in Kenya. A few years later, they asked me to come to New York to work here. Now, I loved land because I saw my father buying land, and I saw the appreciation of land.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember my father was a car dealer. He bought and sold cars. That's what he did. He was a teacher and then became a businessman. But every time he had a little money on the side, he would buy some piece of land, some plot, and everything. It happened that in around 1993, 1992 there, he had a loan because he had bought a new branch along Thika Road
For dealership.
for a dealership. He actually had bought land using a loan, and now this land this was during Goldenberg, and the rates went crazy. I think the interest rates were almost 38%, if I'm not wrong, and of course he could not pay the loan. But what saved him was a few pieces of land that he had elsewhere that he could then sell and pay off that loan. So for me growing up, I knew that if I have to be secure, one of the ways of securing my future is just owning pieces of land. And the beauty of land is just that you buy and you leave it there. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to water it. You don't have to maintain it. It's passive income. It's passive. It's not income, but it's passive appreciation.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So I was always attracted to land. So even when I joined Procter and Gamble, my first job, I started buying a piece of land. I remember my salary was 28. My take-home salary was 28,000, and I was paying for this piece of land that was costing 120,000. I was given I paid a 30,000 shillings deposit, and then every month I was paying 7,000 bob, and it was tough because I was staying in a house where I was paying rent of 8,000, and then imagine now after 8,000 you then
7,000.
pay
So
7,000.
15. Now you only have
so you're left
13
with 13,000 at the end of the month
to make it
to make it
transport,
for the month.
food,
Yeah,
everything.
luckily I had a car from Procter because I was a sales guy, so they had given me a car, so my transport was catered for. But 13,000 is what I had to survive the rest of the. And so it was one of my hardest year, but the best years. But the best year now later.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I knew that if you buy land today and you are patient enough, long term,
Yeah.
it's one of the best investments that you can make. So anyway, so fast forward, I'm sent to New York. I want to come with my girlfriend. Then they say, you cannot take your girlfriend with you. If only she was your wife, you would go with her. I said, okay,
Yeah, big bang.
I'll make her my wife.
Hold my glass.
Yeah,
Hold my glass.
hold my glass. I'll make her my wife soon. So we actually brought forward our wedding from September to June. Got married very quickly on a Thursday, and Saturday we left as a couple to New York.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
Now, because there's a reason why I'm saying all this. Because we had done our wedding and were coming to New York, obviously people gave us money as gifts.
Yeah.
And because they were giving us money, what was the first thing I did? I gave all this money to a friend of mine who was in the real estate business to get me some piece of land. 2006, June 8th. I've never seen the money. I've never seen the land. I've never seen the title.
So there is a sad story. There is a sad story.
And where's the friend?
He's
of course
he's
he can't
still
be a
there.
friend
He's still there. So anyway, so now, of course, you can imagine this is your first decision as a husband
Oh,
that you have made.
Yeah.
Obviously, the friend was mine, not my wife's.
Yeah.
And the first decision I've made as a husband in this home
you banned some photographs.
is to lose money.
He's lose money. A lot of it.
a lot of all the money we had anyway, because you can imagine we had used all our savings for the wedding, isn't it?
Yes.
So you can imagine how painful, embarrassing, demoralizing, and everything that is.
Yeah.
However, now when I look back, I say, just like childbirth, which is very painful, it brings forth something new. That was the birth of AMG. That is how AMG was conceived
In your mind.
in my mind. And I started asking myself, why is it that I can have the money and not have the land? You know, usually in life, if you want to buy a car, the one thing you look for is the money, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Because if you have the money, getting the car is not the most difficult thing.
Is not, yeah.
So I started asking myself, how is it that I can, this one is working the opposite way. How is it that I can have the money and not get the land? Then when I was now in New York, I kept, I was getting a bit of allowance. And I kept thinking, I need to invest. But who is it that I'm going to send money to Kenya to help me to invest?
Where were you staying in New York, by the way?
In Manhattan.
In Manhattan.
Yeah,
Oh,
in
interesting.
Manhattan. Yeah.
Man, you started off high.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what to say, but I thank God. Yeah, we were right in the middle of Manhattan. Of course, Colgate is in Manhattan, and so we stayed a few streets down from the office.
What? By the way, just a small one. What
Yeah.
kind of culture shock do you remember? Like having moved from Kenya. Now you're in New York, like in the lights.
Yeah.
What culture shock do you remember? Something
For
interesting.
me, it was the winter. I mean, I remember the first day of winter, I went to the office. And of course, you would go into the office in the morning. So I went to the office, it was still dark. Obviously, it was 8 a.m., but it was still dark.
Yeah.
And then we would work, of course, and you would come out at 4:30.
It's
And I
dark.
came out at 4:30. It was like 9 p.m.
Yeah.
That for me was shocking. I'd come to America before then, but I'd never come in winter, and I'd never come to such a harsh winter
Yeah.
state when it comes to winter. So that was a huge shock. And then the cold. I think nobody prepares you for that cold.
You can't. This was our first episode. We talked about one of
Yeah.
the biggest things that impacted us, and even for me, who grew up in the United States, in Illinois, which is generally a cold state. Like Chicago is known as the windy city. The winters are very brutal, but there's no getting used to that. There's absolutely no way to get used to that bitterness, how that cold goes into your bones, and you're layered. You have 3 or 4 layers, so that you're sweating inside,
Yes.
but you're cold outside.
Yeah.
It's such a weird sensation.
And then you're so uncomfortable because you're not used to layering clothes.
Yes.
Right.
And then you don't know what kind of heat to put in the house, so you put too much, and then
you can't sleep well.
you get a headache. Anyway,
man.
you
I'm so
you
glad
really
I feel so validated.
I know you really appreciate your country at
You
that
do
point
appreciate
in time.
your country. Yeah.
Of course, there were many things, the way people just mind their own business, the way people will not be chatty like in Kenya. We talk, we ask each other. The way we mix work with a lot of free time. I mean, work is very social in Kenya. So you'll be working, but you're still talking, talking about, did you see this? Did you, here people just,
When
you work.
When it's go time, it's go time.
Yeah, and then you go home. I mean,
But they also play hard, though.
Yeah, they play
time to
hard.
play,
But
they play.
yeah. But
Okay.
but it was a very good time for me and my wife because here we are newlyweds. We are getting to know each other, And now this environment, we're just the two of us. So we were forced to know each other. We were forced to live with each
At a
other.
different
Yeah.
level.
At a different level, we had no cousins, nothing.
Yeah.
It was just the two of us. And in a small apartment,
Yeah.
it was on 1.5 bedrooms. You know what
Yeah.
what they mean when they say
We know
one and
New
a
York
half?
style.
Yeah. So it was so small.
Yeah.
It was such a small apartment. You could not even change your mind in the apartment. You had to come outside, you know. But it was a beautiful apartment. It was
Yeah.
a beautiful apartment. Anyway, so I kept asking myself, why is it that I don't know anyone? I can send my money to buy me some land in Kenya. Of course, I could send my dad, who I completely trusted. But the only challenge with my dad is that he wanted us to buy land. He wanted me to buy land in Moranga, which is where I come from. Because, you know, he wanted his son to be known to be buying this family and this family, you know. I was not. I was more interested in the Kitengelas, which were coming up, the Kajiados, which were coming up, because I could see that is where town is expanding to. So that's the place to go to. Anyhow, so then the other challenge that I kept asking myself, why is it that you can buy land, you pay the full amount, and then 5 years, 10 years, you have even occupied the land, you've built a house, you don't have a title. Those things used to bother me. So anyway, so I started dreaming that one day I'll own this company, I'll be giving people titles, I'll just be dishing titles, dishing, you know. Every day I was daydreaming, and it kept bothering me. And anyway, you dream about many things. You see different things in the US. You think you can take them home. So it was one of those dreams. So fast forward, I finish my assignment here. I go to South Africa. I'm sent to South Africa. I go with my wife. My wife is working for
Still Procter and Gamble.
No, Colgate Palmolive.
Colgate, yeah.
Yeah. My wife is working for PwC. And then, unfortunately, my father passed on in 2009. So I started thinking of going back home, being closer to my mother and the rest of the family. So 2010, December, I asked them to take me back, which they did. And then 2011, I decided I'm going into the business world.
Yeah.
So how long were you in South Africa again?
I was there for a total of 2 years.
Yeah.
But I'd done a 7-month stint there as well before the 2 years. So 2 years, 7 months, something like that.
Do you feel that? And first of all, sorry about your dad.
Thank you.
I think we're at that stage of life where this is very prevalent. The level of people we're kind of reference to a lot.
Yes,
right?
yes.
In Kenya, we call them Wababa's region.
Yeah,
Moment
Wababa's.
you step into Wababa's region.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're considered an elder.
Like death becomes
every day,
a constant.
it is
a constant part of life.
True.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very weird. Moving to South Africa, do you feel that brought you closer, or
Yeah, definitely. Closer home.
as opposed to New York?
Yeah, it's much nearer. It's a perfect mix of a developed world and I wouldn't say a developing world, but it's a perfect mix of New York and Kenya. It is where they meet. Why? You get all the conveniences of America, almost. Yeah, fantastic roads, good weather. Well, no, let's not talk about the weather. Fantastic roads, modern houses, modern living, huge supermarkets. You know, all the consumerism that you find in the West is available there. But also, labor is affordable.
I was going to say vibes and culture.
No,
but,
forget.
you know,
We'll talk about that.
I forget you're a businessman and I'm a girl of Sherehe.
So labor is available. So
Sherehe is important, man.
So you can have a house help. You know, in New York, forget about it. You do all the work. So you can have a watchman. You can have a whatever. It's
your standard of life.
Perfect mix. I mean, I've never seen a place where the two worlds meet, like in South Africa.
Where in South Africa specifically?
In Johannesburg. And then connectivity to the rest of the world is fantastic.
Yeah.
Of course, they have had their own challenges with load shedding, which is just power cuts and all those things.
Which is an inherently African problem.
Let me not comment. But anyway, they've had their issues. But anyway, it was a lovely, lovely place to live. Our daughter, firstborn, who had been born in New York, had now started nursery. So we were enjoying watching her growing up. Going to nursery, starting to talk, and blah blah blah, and all those things.
Yeah.
But a lovely place to live, I must say. Yeah. So 2011, I leave work. I didn't even go into land. I started with the car business because I grew up selling cars with my dad. So I thought, this is something I know. I'll start here and then I'll try and figure my way out. The one thing about leaving work is I knew that I wanted to do something big, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And of course, it's very, there's a lot, you become, there's a lot of anxiety when you leave work because income is obviously a big thing. But when I started selling cars, I quickly realized the car market had completely changed. Everything had changed. The Pakistanis had come into Kenya. They had flooded the market. Our landed cost of bringing in a car was their selling price, sometimes even lower. We could not make any money. So I failed in that business very, very quickly and very hard.
Lesson number one.
Yes, you're going to fail.
You're going to fail.
Yeah, whatever thing you're thinking of starting, you are going to fail. You better know that. You better get ready, and you better, when
Fail
you
fast.
fail, take the lessons.
Take the lesson.
Because a lot of us miss the point. We don't take the lesson. We blame everything else. We blame the environment, like I'm blaming the Pakistanis. To be honest, I hadn't done enough research. I thought I knew the business. I didn't know the business.
Yeah.
The business had changed. It
So
was
that was the lesson.
that was a
the
lesson.
research.
Fantastic. That was a lesson. So anyway, so then somebody asked me to go to Nanyuki to look at some land that they were selling. When they fell in love with the place. And in the middle of the conversation, when I was at the site, I said, "Hey, you know what? I'm taking an acre for myself."
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I know you, bro. Okay.
I'm giving my story, but
One second.
I had a very strong comment about Nanyuki.
No.
And I feel like you're derailing the train.
No. I know.
Because I was ready to say
Nanyuki, just
I
okay.
went to Nanyuki and I fell in love with the place
Proceed
too.
with Nanyuki, yes. Okay, but selling cars is not the only hustle you did, right? Like in your journey to discover land.
yes, I
Selling
was
is
trying
not the
to
only
keep.
hustle you did.
I was told I have only 30 minutes.
No,
I was trying to
no. There's a couple. There's two more that I think I had somewhere. I just need you to explain it better, so it's not like I had it from somebody else. There's two more. I know you. Yes, you said you sold cars. That did not work. And then there was two more. There's one about car wash and dogs. I'm more interested in the dogs one because the viewers, I think, they need to hear that. But you also, but the car wash and the dogs.
That one I usually leave out. But
No.
But the car wash,
Yeah.
the car wash was actually not. It did not fail. Now, let me explain the car wash. Actually, I think that's a very good point. Now, I've come out of work. I have my Kidogo savings. Actually, there were not savings. Let me say what I did. We had two cars in South Africa, my car and my wife's car, which we brought to Kenya and which we sold. This is the money I started with, buying cars. They were fairly good cars, so we got a Kidogo good money. And so I was able to buy like 3-4 cars. That's a business I started. It was not that I had a big yard and all that.
Yeah.
It was a hustle, basically. But what happened is I quickly realized that once you buy the cars, remember I didn't have a showroom. So you buy the cars and then you take them to a showroom which belongs to somebody else to sell for you, to sell on your behalf, isn't it?
Wow.
So when you take the cars and you've dropped the cars, what happens to the rest of the time?
Somebody else
And
uses
you're
the
not
cars,
there.
they test drive it.
No.
at
What
liberty.
happens to you?
Yeah.
You're idle. You're doing nothing.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, as you're waiting for the cars to be sold, where are you getting income? You have zero income.
Unless you sell.
You have zero income.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and a car is not a fast-moving consumer good. You know what I mean?
Not, especially not in Kenya.
It's not toothpaste. It's not which I had sold for 9.5 years. This is something different. So a car is not going to go the same day you take it to the showroom. It might take a month.
Yeah.
It might take 3 months. It might take 1 year.
Yeah.
So I quickly realized I have capital tied up in the cars in my stock,
Yeah.
but I have nothing to eat. I have nothing in my pocket.
You're rich on the books,
Yes, it's an Excel sheet,
but not in the pocket.
but not in the bank.
Or in the
So
bank.
I started a car wash because I had space. Now coming back to land, I
Yeah.
had a piece of land on Thika Road.
Okay.
I started a car wash to just create cash flow because I realized I just need 2,000 shillings every single day.
Simple.
Yes, 500 for fuel or 600, 400 for a Java coffee, and 1,000 for emergencies.
But you gotta do Java even if you're starting off. Got to do
yeah,
Java.
of course.
Of
Coffee is
importance.
is
No,
a
not just
necessity.
coffee. Java coffee.
Java coffee, yes.
Yeah.
Well, Java. Shout out to Java Coffee.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
It's actually very
Because
phenomenal.
in Java you
coffee.
cannot order Java in Swahili, by the way. Yeah. Nataka kahawa. You have to be can I get a cup? Because how can you
Is that
how
the
can you order
gentrification of
caramel
coffee in
macchiato in
So,
Swahili?
so let me justify land. Let me backtrack. Now, listen.
Yeah.
I'm putting a car wash on land that I had bought previously, way back.
Okay.
The importance of land. Number one.
It's still there.
Yes. Number two, the reason I was able to resign, I promise you, is because I owned a house. We owned a house
Yeah.
in South B, which we had finished paying for.
Okay.
And let me say, this I was taught by my former boss, my Colgate former boss. His name is Kenny Kiara. And it's one of the most profound things he taught me. He's told me, don't buy a house where you want to live, your first house. Buy a house where you can afford. Because as a first-time buyer, I kept looking at houses in Runda. Because that was my dream area of to live. I wanted to live in Runda,
which is a very upscale.
upmarket place.
Yeah.
But obviously, with my salary, I could not afford. So he told me, no, you never buy where you want to live, where you're dreaming of living. You'll
Yeah.
never buy. In fact, he told me, if you keep thinking like that, you will never buy. Buy where you can afford. Just look for a house. Just say, this is my income. This is the house I can afford.
Yeah.
Period. And buy.
Like take the person, like your emotions and everything out of it.
Yes, and number one. Number two, he told me you don't have to live where you buy. You can actually buy, continue paying the mortgage, and pay get the rent, and continue living where you are living. Makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Because you see, now, if I'm in Colgate, I'm a manager, I am this guy, I'm going to work in New York.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't want to be seen to be living in
South B.
in Embakasi, in Feather, in Pipeline. But maybe that's a house
That's
I
what
can
you can
afford.
afford. Yeah.
So you don't even have to live there. In fact, nobody has to know that you bought the house. If you're feeling that
You have
peer
to have
pressure.
yeah.
So we bought in South B. And then the other thing he told me is that what happens in a mortgage, even though you see you're signing a 25-year mortgage, your income, if you're employed, is going to grow much faster than your monthly cash outlay.
Yeah.
Another very profound thing.
Say it again. Your income?
Your income
Yeah.
grows much faster
Yeah.
than the monthly cash outlay. So today, if you're paying 100,000 every month and you're earning 150, what happens is, and you see now that's almost 3/4 of your salary,
Yeah.
just for simple maths, yeah? In 5 years' time, you'll be earning 300,000. So this 100,000, all of a sudden, now is no longer
75.
no,
Now
75.
only
It's only
30%.
30% of your salary. That's exactly what happens. So what will happen is, now instead of paying 100, you start paying 200 or 250.
Like maintain that rate, that
Yes,
percentage.
exactly. So that you finish faster. So even though on the book is 20 years, you can end up paying your mortgage in 5 years.
Can I
in
drop
3
a big
years.
word?
Yeah.
Amortization.
No,
Write
I'm
that
full of
down.
them.
Right.
It depends where you grew up.
No, write it down.
Now, as a third culturist, you're supposed to say amortization.
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 Amortization. Yeah.
Bruh.
So anyway,
Big word though.
yeah, so we had finished paying for that house by the time we landed in Kenya, and thanks to my wife, when I was in South Africa, obviously I'm an expatriate. We are living in the best part of Johannesburg, Sandton. The house is paid for by the company, so you actually choose the house you want to live in. Blah blah blah. You know all those things that come with being an expatriate.
Yeah.
So I tell her, when we go back to Kenya, obviously we can't go to South B. So we'll get rent from there, and then I will top up. Remember, I am going to resign when we land. I'm going to top up, and we're going to live in Hurlingham. Hurlingham was a good area.
Yeah.
And then she says, "You mean we leave our house and go and rent?" I said, I said, you don't have a problem scaling down from Sandton to South B. Says, it's our house. We should be proud of it.
Okay.
I said, I married a good wife. Now, the service charge in South B was only 3,500 shillings.
Yeah.
So I was saying, surely, God, that one I'm sure that one I can afford. So with no rent to pay and only a service charge of 3,500 and of course electricity and water, 10,000 shillings per month, that will be my cost. That one I can manage. I can actually resign.
Yeah.
So I do not think, to be honest, I would have resigned when I resigned if I didn't have a house. Again, going back to land, going back to property. The problem many people have with land and investment is they play the short-term game.
Yeah.
You want to buy a plot today, 2025, September, and by December you're already asking, how much has it appreciated it by? I want to sell it.
You don't even have the title yet in your hand.
Yeah. My friend, if the land was going to appreciate in 3 months, why would I sell it to you?
Yeah, I know. You'd keep it to yourself.
I would keep it. I would not even tell you. But in 5 years, in 7 years, in 6 years, in 8 years, that story is very different.
True.
It's a very different story. Number two, we had that house, and then we had a few pieces of land, small ones. I had an acre in Kitengela. I knew I had bought for 120,000. I knew I would sell it for about 8 million.
Crazy.
I had that land that I had bought. Remember that 7,000 I was telling you about when I started my first salary. That was a plot in what's up? Now the name escapes me. Near KU, Membly. Membly. I knew that is another, call it 3-4 million then. So I knew I had my cushion. That if things are bad, we could sell this and I could. And then I had my cars, which was my capital. So it is those things that you're able to do when you start and when you're young that can cushion you later. Today, most of the land that we buy from people taking their kids to university, starting off their kids,
Needing some quick cash injections to handle.
And let me tell you, what happens is that when you get to your 50s, your job does not want you anymore. So you're being pushed out.
Sidelined.
Unfortunately, at the same time, this is the time your kids are in college. So you find you don't have the speed, the agility to earn income as fast as you used to earn, and at the same time your expenses have skyrocketed because you have 2-3 kids in college.
Yeah.
That's what happens to a lot of wazes in Kenya, for example. So you see a guy who used to live in Karen, he was balling, he was a C-suite manager somewhere. All of a sudden he's lost his job, or and his 3 kids are in college. The guy is stuck.
Wow.
That for me, that is the biggest fear I used to have as a young employee.
Yeah.
And I would see it even at Colgate. I would see when you reach a certain age, 55, the company wants to
Start pushing you out.
push you out.
Start giving you those random
Yeah,
assignments
yeah.
that are just like
Special projects.
Or they make one of the best ways they do it is they make a newly graduated kid your
Your boss.
supervisor,
Yeah,
your boss.
yeah.
Because they know that.
Yeah.
Like you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yes.
They know all the old guys will not take orders from the new
Exactly.
kids. So they kind of like they let you make the decision yourself.
Yeah, and you know you can't blame these companies.
Yeah.
Because at 55 you are expensive.
Yeah.
Every year you've had a salary increase.
Yeah.
You become an expatriate. You've come back. You have this experience. So you are an expensive resource, isn't it? And then you're very entitled at 55. There are things you can't do. You don't fly over the weekend because you have a family.
Yeah.
So you can only fly on Monday. They want that guy who flies on Saturday
And that's why you don't want to come back.
so that on Sunday he can rest so that he's ready on Monday
Monday
to
morning.
start the work.
Yeah.
And him is excited because he's flying for the first time. He's flying to Paris for the first time. So for him to go on a Saturday is even an advantage for him.
Because he wants to go
Because
and
on Sunday he can
party.
zurura the whole town and
You can
everything.
recover on Sunday.
And then Monday he'll be ready. So you can't even blame them. It's just a system, the way it works. So anyway, so then you start asking yourself, how do I cushion myself at that age? Because that's the toughest age to be. You are 55, you don't have so much energy. You try to start a business at that time. You go into offices, all the people you're meeting are your kids' age. So they don't relate to you. In fact, like now I see in my company, my wife and I are the oldest. Everybody else is young, is 23, 24.
Yeah.
Their parents of these employees are
your
younger
peers.
than us.
Yeah.
Younger.
Yes.
They are younger than us. So you can imagine now, if I was the one going to ask for a job in that company.
Imagine that.
In fact, my peers, some of them, they ask me for a job and I tell them, it's not possible to work here. Just look at the people. They will not even listen to you. They don't even want to see you.
Yeah.
They don't think they can relate to you. And it's a truth. Anyway.
Yeah. No, I see that in like social media, Kenyan social media, and I want to reference this based on just my experience on looking at like new age marketers. Like marketing was a big industry in Kenya for a while. But the guys that are our generation, who are the popping guys 10, 15 years ago, have all been pushed out
Yeah.
by young, industrious, energetic Gen Z.
I know it makes sense because marketing is no longer like who making the big billboards and putting stuff on the newspaper to sell.
It's like
No.
gig
Like,
economy
it's
stuff.
Like for example, those old guys coming to look for work in your office, and then they walk in, they see all the young kids are on their phones.
Yes.
They'll be like, "What?
They
They're
are
on their
wasting
phones?
time. Yeah, they're wasting time, yeah.
They'll be like, "Nah, they're
working.
working.
They're
man."
working, yeah. And this guy will come with a newspaper tucked in over here, folded
briefcase.
in two,
And a briefcase.
moccasins and a suit, So, but that's the way life works.
Hating on moccasins.
Yeah, that's the way life works. That's just the way it is. Anyway, so now Nanyuki. So this guy calls me up. He says, come and look at some land. I go in. I'm very, very interested. So I tell him, hey, listen, I want to bring my friends over here because first of all, I'm taking an acre on the spot. It's the most beautiful place I'd ever seen. I mean, Mount Kenya looking at me. There's some hills called Oldaiga and Aberdare Ranges at the back. And then we were on top of this hill. Everything was lush green and
Beautiful.
oh my God, it was so beautiful. And I say, listen, I want to bring my friends because I would like us to create like a gated community. He says, really? Yeah. He says, oh, okay. To tell you what, anybody you bring, I'll give you some commission.
Where did you get the gated community idea from?
No, because I started thinking, we were many of us in that trip. Yeah. So I started thinking, I don't know these guys. I don't want them to be my neighbors. I was thinking of a place where I can come and retire later, or my shags, my new shags.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, I don't want to be with guys I don't know. So let me have my friends next to me, so that we have this
Community.
20 acres where we are buddies, we know each other, and we are growing all together, blah, 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 blah. So the guy says, oh, I'll give you commission for every piece of land that you're able to sell. Huh? Now remember, I'm doing cars, they're not doing well. I have the car wash, of course, I'm getting my 2K every day. But that's not what I was born to do, obviously.
It's not a long-term plan.
Yeah. So I'm like, eh? So I'm in my head, every day I'm thinking of what to do. I'm thinking of what is the big thing that I'm going to do. So I said, really? Yeah. Okay, cool. Give me this. See, I have the write-up, yeah. So I sent that write-up to everybody on my email. Everybody I knew.
Yeah.
Friends, not friends, acquaintances, enemies, everybody.
Everybody.
Do you know I was able to sell 25 acres out of those emails?
And what was the commission? Do you remember?
The commission was actually in land.
What?
So for every 5 acres, he was giving me an acre.
What?
Yes, that was a deal. So now, for me, forget about the commission. For me, what hit me is like, all I need to sell land is send emails. That's all I need to do. So when I went to see him, I told him, I want to know how to sell. I want to start selling land.
Yeah.
Then he told me, don't worry, brother. He's a very good friend of mine. He says, I'm actually leaving this area. I can introduce you to someone selling 10 acres. You can start. I said, really? Yeah. Okay, cool, done. So with the kidogo money I had, I went and bought my first piece of land, 10 acres. I put it in my name, Andrew Muthee Gitau.
AMG.
No, that was just Andrew Muthee Gitau.
Oh, it was not AMG.
AMG had not been born. So I put it in my name, and I get a surveyor. He's showing me everything. This is how you get a surveyor. This is how you subdivide, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I subdivided some of it acres and some of it half acres. Half. Okay, good. So now I'm thinking of how I'm going to sell. Remember, first of all, I've sold 25 acres to all the people I would have sold to. You remember?
You
So
maximized
I've
your
maximized
potential.
all my friends. Now I'm starting to think, who will I sell to? As I'm thinking, you rack your brain, you just thinking, overdrive. The dream of New York came back to me. Like, oh my God. I used to have this dream of getting into this business.
Oh, yeah. Like selling land and issuing
selling
titles.
land and issuing titles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Allah. So this is something I've thought of before. You think of many things, many ideas. You think of, I don't know about you, but as an entrepreneur, everything is an idea.
Yeah.
You sit here, you think, oh, this microphone, I can take them to Kenya. How much are they? Every time you're thinking of new ideas.
Yeah.
So this thing comes back to me. I'm like, oh, I had this dream of starting this business. So I said, okay, fantastic. Okay, now, if I'm going to be successful in this business, what is it? What was the pain? I must remind myself of that pain that I felt that I'm going to solve.
Yeah.
So number one, you buy land, you never see the land. Number two, you buy land, you never get a title. Number three, you don't know whether you're buying genuine land. Blah, blah, blah. I started now thinking about all those things. So I said, okay, what am I going to do? I said, the most important thing in this business is I want to put my name on the line.
Wow.
My father had always told me, all you have in this world is your name. If you say it in Kikuyu, it comes out better.
No,
Say it. Say it in Kikuyu.
Modo neretwa. Yeah? Modo neretwa.
Modo niretwa.
Modo neretwa.
A person is, you're only as good as your name. So I said, I'm putting my name on the line. I want to put my name on the line so that I never ever get tempted. The devil, you must get away from me. I'll never get tempted to spoil this company.
Yeah.
So I call the company AMG Realtors, my initials. Andrew Muthee Gitau. This is me. You're not getting a different company that will be spoiled, and then I'll go and start another one, and then I'll start another one.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool when you think about it. It means when if there's any praise, any praises directed towards the company, they have to say, "Yo, Andrew Muthee Gitau is a very good person to work with."
Yes.
Also,
And
when
vice
there's
versa.
and vice versa,
Yeah,
if there's
correct.
issues,
Yes.
Andrew Muthee Gitau,
Yes. Yeah, that guy.
don't go there.
touch,
Don't touch that guy.
Yes.
So it makes you work a little bit harder. It makes you think a little bit harder of how you want to conduct your business, how you want to
Correct.
how you want to be portrayed out there.
Correct.
Okay,
And it
makes sense.
keeps you conscious of the reason why. Because I believe even many people you see having problems in business, and I'm not saying you cannot have a problem, you can, is sometimes you forget the reason why. And once you forget the reason why, then it's very easy to be sidelined.
Yeah.
I was watching or reading, or I can't remember, but I saw something about Steve Jobs. And he says, focus in business is not about saying yes to everything. It's actually the opposite. It's actually about saying no.
No. Yeah.
It's always about saying no to so many things that makes you lose focus. So anyway,
Distract you from your line.
from your core.
Yeah.
Because I think business is about knowing the core and sticking to that core.
Yeah.
That's, for me, if I summarize our business success, it has just been that.
Yeah.
We know why we are here. We never divert from that. We stick to it. And even when it doesn't make sense to anybody, even to ourselves, we just keep doing it.
Yeah.
And all the time, the thing comes out that, yes, you're doing the right thing. Yes, you're doing the right thing.
You
Yes,
become
you're doing-
validated.
You become validated.
You know, I used to play quite a bit of poker,
Okay.
Texas Hold'em.
Yeah.
And one of the lessons that one of the
Hold on one
big guys were talking about was you have to turn down 90% of your cards,
Can you
even
imagine?
when they look good.
Yes, imagine.
90%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I understand that
You
concept.
gotta know
That's
when
good.
to hold.
You
when
gotta
to
know
play.
when to hold
Yep,
them. Yeah.
yep.
when to walk away, when to fold.
Yes, sir. All right.
Yeah, so the first thing, calling the name calling the company my name,
Calling the
putting my name
company.
on the line.
Yeah.
The second thing, I said, I had discovered that the challenge with getting titles was a very simple challenge. A lot of people who are selling land and who continue to sell land even today don't sell actually land that they don't fully own. Okay, so what they do is, I'll find Kevin selling 20 acres for 20 million. I will tell him I'll pay him 2 million deposit, 10%, and then he will allow me to start selling the land. And then as I sell, I'll pay him the balance, the 18 million. So because then I do not own the land, the land still belongs to Kevin. Obviously, anybody who buys from me cannot get a title until the day I complete paying for paying Kevin, who will then transfer the land to me, and then only then can I transfer the land to other people.
And this is a common problem.
This is the biggest problem.
Wow.
So what essentially happens is that I, as a land seller, have the best of intentions. So I'll pay the 2 million to Kevin, I will start selling. But as human beings, as nature, the nature of a human being is that we always want more. And we always think that we can figure it out somehow. This is my own opinion, and I could be wrong. But instead of paying Kevin his 18 million balance, what I will do is I will take the 2 million, I'll go and pay Ben for another 20 acres somewhere. I'll pay him 2 million, and then now I'll owe you 18 million, and then I'll start selling that one. And then I'll go and pay John another 2 million, and then I'll have all these people who have paid 2 million, 2 million, 2 million, and owe 18 million, 18 million, 18
You're just
million.
conflating your business throughout.
And then because everyday money is coming in, because I'm being
lose
able to
track
sell, I have
who
my
you're
Nyuki,
selling.
I have Malindi, I have this, I start expanding my operation. Forgetting that actually what I'm selling is not mine. I owe Kevin 18 million. And when Kevin calls me, bothers me, I send him 100,000. I send him 50,000. Tell him, unaona ni kubaya, things are bad, blah, 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 this economy. I send him 200,000. Yeah? But meanwhile, I'm expanding my operation. Meanwhile, my ego takes over. Because I want to be seen to be big. Now I have advertisements, I have all these things.
Yeah.
And then now I have a very bloated workforce. I have now another thing that you find is that salespeople sell the hottest thing. So if I did 20 acres of your land and I did 140 plots, for example, my salespeople might sell 50 or 60, and then they have a balance. And because I've introduced Ben's land, they forget about this one.
And
They want the
over to
new
you.
one. So I have dead stock here, I have another dead stock there. I have another. So all these things compound and create a problem. Meanwhile, customer number one who bought your land, Kevin's land,
Still looking
that
for
I
the
told him
title.
was mine, is waiting for his title.
He's built his house.
Yes, maybe he has not even built, but he's fully paid for it.
Yeah.
Now he's asking for his title, and it's very easy. I would have just sold him that land, I would have given him his title, and then I would have sold him Ben's land. But now he's a disgruntled customer. So he's not going to buy from me anymore. So then I have to do a lot of adverts to get new customers who don't know what is going on.
What do they call this? Ponzi scheme.
Basically,
It turns into a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
Eventually,
Yeah.
it's a house of cards.
It's House of Cards.
Yeah. Collect from John to pay Harry.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
essentially now, what will happen in the end, all this thing has to crumble.
Yeah.
It has to collapse, because one day you'll wake up and you owe all these people so much money. The operation is so big. The advertising costs are so high because you have to
payroll,
keep
wage
relying
bill is
on
crazy.
relying on new customers. You don't have any referrals. You don't have any repeat customers.
And even worse to think about it, like the first person who sold the first 20 acres,
Yes.
you've already, let's say, paid him 3 or 4 million.
Yes.
And you're not paying him anymore.
Yeah.
You can just might as well be like, you know what? I'm not dealing with you
Yeah, of
anymore.
course.
I'm taking my land back.
Yeah, he cancels
So
the
he
agreement.
cancels everything.
Yeah,
You've
yeah,
already
yeah.
sold. Like,
Yes,
you
two
have somebody's
people. Yes.
2 or 3 people, like they are 6, 7M, and you don't now. You have to tell them they no longer have the land; it's gone, and they've already paid you.
Exactly. So
Wow.
you get the game. So now we said, okay, what are we going to do about that? So we said we'll only sell land that we own. A very difficult decision, a very tough thing to keep going. But I would say the most important decision we made as a company.
Because that has allowed you to maintain your integrity of business.
Exactly. That is the thing that has made us be standing today 13 years later. It looks foolish because there's a lot of land available. The land to buy is fully available. And there are a lot of people ready to give you land for even nothing, as long as you sell and you pay them.
Wow.
But those things,
But to make a decision to say that I will only sell land that I own essentially means that you have to pay for that land. And only when you finish paying for it and transfer the land into your name can you then start selling.
so we met a few years back, maybe 2
Yes.
3 years ago.
Yes.
And you told me about your biggest loss.
Yes.
Did that impact or solidify this decision? Could you talk a little bit about that? Because you said that some guys bought some land from you. Then you found out later that there was some questions on the original seller
Seller,
to
yes.
you,
Yeah.
and you decided to just cash everybody out of
Yeah.
your own pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that happens in land. Yeah. For example, you can buy land from a family and you do your due diligence and everything, only to discover that that family, there were other wives that were not involved in the succession. That one wife of the late did the succession, or 2 wives did the succession, and they were successful in the succession without involving the other family members. And now 5 years later, the other family members have discovered that actually they were not, they didn't get an inheritance from their dad.
Wow.
So they go to court, and obviously that affects you, and it affects. So anyway, so those things are there, but you keep on learning how to deal with them and how to avoid them. However, let me go back to the foundation, because I think the foundation of the company is very, very key. So number one, put the company in my name. Number two, so putting my name on the line. Number two, only sell land that we own. The most important decision that we ever made. Number three, because we own the land, we can guarantee a title. Again, another very important decision. We are the only company that consistently has guaranteed a title in 60 days, written in the sales agreement.
Written sales agreement.
And we have not only done it over the 13 years, we have surpassed, we have always over-delivered, meaning we have given titles in less than 60 days.
Okay.
It is only in one occasion when the government was doing digitalization of the Nairobi registry and we're in Juja that we were not able to meet the 60 days. Now, however, what happened was very interesting. I personally wrote to each and every customer who had bought in Juja and explained the situation. And I said, this is a situation, we will not be able to meet the 60 days as I see it. We will keep you informed of what is going on. We are ready to refund you 100%
like you don't want
of
to
your
do
money,
it.
even though it is not our doing,
Yeah.
even though this is a government thing. Let us know. Not even one customer withdrew. In fact, a lot of them wrote back and said, wow, this is the kind of information that we want to know. We just want to know what's going on.
And
Now,
by the
I
way-
did not wait for the 60 days to write.
You found
I
like
wrote-
50 days, 45 days.
It
you're
was
like, okay,
actually
it's not
like
happening.
30 days. Yeah.
And that's something that and by the way, that's one of the traits that fortunately we've been able to pick up, like being in the diaspora
Correct.
over here.
Yes.
Like it's not naturally in Kenya, by the way, but over here in the diaspora, like you have to pick up this kind of traits. Like, and that one is there's nothing wrong with communication. Over communication is actually really good.
Yes,
So
correct.
just communicate, because as long as
You just wanna
somebody
know.
knows what's going on, they're
People are
actually okay.
People are
They
okay.
don't- even if it's bad news.
Yes.
As long as you tell me, hey,
Yes.
something is wrong, this is what is going on.
Yes.
They'll be like, okay, do you have it handled?
Exactly.
What
That's it.
What's your plan? I'm like, this is
Yeah.
what we're going. I'm like, okay, I'm okay.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So three things. So we are number 3 now. We guarantee the title in 60 days. Now, the fourth thing, maybe not as big, but very important as well. We found that every time I want to buy land, I would be told it's 500,000. I would pay the 500,000. My own personal land, my own small plots here and there.
Yep.
Then after I pay, I would be told now there's surveyor fees of 50,000. How come you never told me about it when I was buying the land?
Disclaimer stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, there's beacons. You have to pay 20,000. Why didn't you tell me when I was buying? No, there's lawyers' fees 100,000. So what I was going to buy for 500,000, and I only had 500,000 to buy.
Now it's
ends up
750,000.
Exactly, costing me 750.
Wow.
Again, for me, this is an issue of integrity. Tell me, the land is 500.
Yeah.
There are other additional fees of blah, 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 blah. The total is going to come to 750. And then I can make a decision.
You can budget for 750
Yeah,
if you still
but
want the
don't
land.
be like
Slide them in the back end.
exactly, because it affects me. So we said all our prices are all inclusive. So if it's 500,000, you pay 500,000. You're not gonna pay a shilling more.
Everything is done.
Because of that, we've employed our own lawyers. We thank God we have 5 lawyers today. We have our own surveyors. We have our own. So we have our companies, funny enough, is split 60-40. So 60% are in sales, 40% are in operations, doing other things. In many companies, you find that
90% sales.
99%.
Commission only sales.
Yeah. So we are more about delivering. We want to deliver. We want to make sure that you get your title. Now, the last point is we own our address. So our headquarter is in Nairobi. We own the piece of land. We own the building. Again, why? Because we don't want to be known as a briefcase company.
Yeah.
Many times you buy something and then you go and you're looking for the company. You're wondering, did
What
I make
happened?
a mistake?
Yeah.
Was it third floor? Was I? Huh? And it's no longer their briefcase company. So again, it's a small point, but very important.
I don't think that's a small point. I think that's your cornerstone.
It
Quite
is.
frankly.
It is. It is that permanence, and especially
Yeah.
because we deal with the diaspora.
Yes.
We want to show them anytime you land in Kenya,
You can always come
You can
here.
always come here. We are not moving anywhere.
Now, and that's a perfect segue into the diaspora concept, right? Because like you're now setting up an office in Irving, Texas,
Yes.
to target the U.S.
Yes,
diaspora,
market, yeah.
and they hopefully expand further out.
Correct.
I'll go on a limb and talk about my own personal experience, where every time I had an opportunity to invest in Kenya, I pulled out because I was scared. Right? And you mentioned the thing about Kenya Airways. It's a very. So we talked about this in the previous episode. I was in the Navy. I had just got a bonus, and my dad was like, "You need to buy this Kenya Airways stock." And I went through the whole like process, and then right at the end, I just decided it. I can't do it.
Chickened out.
I chickened out,
Yeah.
which worked in my favor.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
I missed the Safaricom boat,
Yes.
but I benefited from not
investing.
investing in Kenya Airways.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are lots of diasporans who are outside who do not have that pulse on the ground to understand exactly
Yeah,
those
definitely.
nuances.
Yeah. Nuance.
But ultimately, that's their dream.
Yes.
That's what they want. They want to be at home. When every time they go home, they feel the weather, they feel the culture, they feel
course.
that belonging.
Of course,
And they want to be a part of that. They want to have their own sense of like I own something. Like there's that investment.
Yeah.
One, what are some of the biggest mistakes you see them making? And two, how are you helping to solve those mistakes? As somebody who's setting up an office in Irving, Texas, to address a diasporan aspect, because you've been to South Africa. I know there's South Africans, there's Zimbabweans, there's Nigerians, there's all sorts of maybe even like when we talk about Asia, Indonesians and Singaporeans and whomever who are all over the world that still want a piece of home. What are some of those things that they can say you are resolving that could be replicated in all these different markets?
I think I wouldn't call them mistakes. I would call them just different ways of looking at things, and is primarily driven by your own experiences, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, for example, if I send my brother money, I don't have a brother, so I can just give that as an
Relatable.
example.
Many can't relate.
Yeah,
I'm on your side of this one. I have no brothers.
Yeah.
I'm get the gun at home. You
Yeah.
haven't,
That I know of.
you haven't had any fights at home.
Exactly. And if I send him money to go and buy me something, and I later learn that he either overcharged or he actually did not buy it, what that does is that it erodes my trust in people. Because you can imagine a brother.
That's your family.
That's your family. So because of that experience, even when I go to speak to diasporians, and I go to speak to diasporians who I have not met before, I tell them, if there are 200 days, I tell them, I know 150 of you are not even listening. You're just looking at me and saying, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Just, you finish, you go. And I don't blame you, because I know this thing about being conned is a 9 out of 10 story. It is actually. Because
it is constant.
It is 9 out of 10. So I don't blame you. And I am not even telling you to invest. I'm telling you, give me a chance to give you my story. And if you are convinced, I even have a product specific to start. It's in Malindi. We sell a plot for $1,200. And it's the reason we do that, all inclusive, The reason we do that is that a lot of people will listen and they're like, I like your story. But still there's a voice in me telling me, maybe it's a tongue that is too sweet. Maybe it's another one. And I say, look, I've come all this way. Give me the $1,000. Try me.
Yeah. Because $1,000 is like, it's not
It's
life-changing money.
Yeah. It's less than my airfare. So at least you can give me that one.
Yeah.
And a lot of them do, actually. It's our fastest moving product in volume. Not value, in
Malindi.
volume.
In volume.
Malindi. And we buy it specifically for trial.
Yes.
I've told you all these things. I've told you I'll deliver your title at your doorstep using DHL. We have a partnership with DHL. But don't trust me. Try me.
Yeah.
Try with this. Just one. And the funniest thing that happens is that people move from Malindi when they buy and we deliver the title. They move from Malindi and they buy Juja, which is. But
then I was looking at it, is that
3.8 million Kenya shillings. So they move from a product of 100,000 to 150,000, 170,000 to 3.8 million.
You're 30xing this guy.
Yes. Why? Because the problem, and you know, we used to look at it wrongly initially. We used to say, this person who is buying Malindi cannot afford Juja. So we can only upgrade them to maybe Nanyuki for $399. And then we realized, hold on, what is actually happening?
It's a
is that
trust issue.
They are trust,
not a money issue.
Yes.
when that person knocks the door,
Yes.
and then they're told, hey, I have a package for you, sign it.
Exactly.
And then when they sign and then they open,
and
is
they
their
find a
title has
Kenya.
been delivered
Yes.
in the US or in whatever Western place.
Correct.
From Kenya.
It changes everything. Now, let me tell you even a more interesting story. A lot of people will come to the meeting, they will listen to the story, but they're married, they have a spouse. Maybe the spouse is not with them, or maybe they're even with them. And the spouse will say, I'm not convinced. And somebody will say, me, I'll take a risk. And they will not even tell the spouse. They will take the risk and send me the money, the $1,200.
Just to show.
Just
As a
to try.
Proof of concept.
Yes. And then when they get the title, they'll go to the spouse and say, by the way, I have a confession to make. I went behind your back and I trusted these guys. And look, they have delivered.
Yes.
And the spouse will say, maybe it's a trap. Then they will say, okay, let's try another one. Let's buy now Nanyuki. It's only 300. Let's have the game kidogo.
Yeah.
And then in 2 years, that spouse who was saying, I think
She's the one driving the whole...
now is the one saying, the only company I trust is AMG. That has happened to us quite a bit.
Yeah.
So
That's phenomenal.
yeah, so those are the foundation of the company. That's how we run it. Why? Because we spend our time thinking about the customer.
Yeah.
A lot of people start companies and they spend their time looking at competitor and what they are doing.
Yeah.
I always say that's the most, well, I wouldn't say foolish, but I don't think it's the most important thing to do. Number one, your competitor could be doing something, the wrong thing, and now you're there copying them.
Yeah.
And you
Number
have
two,
to differentiate.
exactly. Number two, your competitor will never come to buy from you. So why are you spending time thinking about them?
The competitor. Think about the customer.
Think about the person who is coming to buy from you.
And who you're solving the problem for.
Exactly. So we always say, if I was in America today and I want to buy some land, what are the things that go through my mind? What are the things that I'm thinking about? And how do I then respond to those things to them so that they can buy from us?
Totally.
It's as simple as that.
It's not as simple as that. It's actually... It is simple, yes, in concept, but I think execution...
Yeah, of course.
It
It's
takes
not-
that
yes.
level of commitment.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, we see our competition, if we call them that,
You don't think they are competition?
they copy us so much. We anyway, let me not go there. But anyway, yeah, it happens.
No,
but
but-
they do say,
Like you said-
what do you call it?
It's
What is that? Is a
biggest
form
form
of
of
flattery.
flattery. Yeah.
What is it?
Imitation.
Imitation
is a
is
form
the
of
biggest form of flattery.
But, you
So
know,
you're doing something good.
One of the largest social media realtor developer companies just started crashing and landing not too long ago. I don't want to mention any names, but like this guy, similar story. He came from the diaspora, went back home, and he packaged this stuff really well. But I don't know if he got caught up. I don't know if it's him, but the company got caught up in the same concept of buying land that maybe did not specifically belong to somebody. But ultimately, they got bit by that bug.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that those things have to happen. And I think that's for you to stand on and say, I'm still here, I'm still reliable, and I can
Because of
still
that.
earn your trust because of that.
Yeah.
Because people can copy, but they don't understand all that you just talked about.
Yeah. You know, I tell people, number one, there's no emergency in buying land.
There's no emergency.
So when I go to buy land, I take my time. I'm not in a hurry. I don't think that my competitor will come and outbuy me.
Yeah.
That does not worry me. In
If
fact,
they do, they deserve it.
Of course, I tell my brokers when they tell me, "Oh, so and so are here." I say, "Oh, tell them to go ahead and buy," and people get shocked. Why? Because again, my focus is on my customer. It's not on my competition.
And when you think about it, there's also your selling tactic changes a little bit if the land is yours. Because if it's mine, I'm not desperate to sell to you. I can present it to you. I can offer you, and I can hope you buy it. I can tell you, hey, I have this and this. I'm selling, and then I'll let you make a decision.
Very
Because
good point.
It's my land.
Yeah. Very good
Whether you
point.
buy it or not, I'm not for the worse. But if it's if you're selling it on behalf of somebody else and you don't have the title, you're under pressure because you owe them. So you push your customer a little bit more. You need to buy this now. It's gone, and then it will rub off a little bit. When I think about it,
Very good
obviously I'm
point.
not a salesman, but
No, 100%. And now also, if I own the land, what does it mean? It means I've put money on what I'm selling you.
you have skin in the game.
I have skin in the game.
Yes.
So what does it mean? It means I took my time. I did my due diligence. I chose the best land because I don't have unlimited resources. I have limited resources.
Yeah.
So if I go to Nakuru, I have to try my best to buy the best land in Nakuru because I only have that money to buy that land. Isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm
100%.
not going to just buy the first land that I see.
You're
I'll
going to
see
go
this one and
survey
I'll
the
say,
area,
I don't like this one.
survey the area,
Because I'm putting
check
money
it
in
out.
it.
Yeah.
But if I'm selling land that is not mine, I'll only sell what I've been offered.
Yeah.
Not what? Not what is good.
Yes.
That is also a very, very important point to always remember.
Yeah.
I have put the money, so I've chosen the best available land. Versus somebody who is just selling land and they have not put any skin in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
So going back to diaspora, they've been hurt. They've been hurt deeply. They've been wounded. I mean, it is serious. It is more serious than all of us can ever imagine. So the things that they do and the precaution that they take is very necessary. So, for example, I'll make my presentation. People will go and they will start doing research about us. They'll go on social media, they'll go to our website, and they're looking for anything that they can see about us that is negative. And somebody will call you after 4 months, after 3 months, after 2 months and tell you, oh, by the way, I was in your function or I heard about you, I've been doing research, I want to invest. So it happens a lot. So, and that is fantastic. In fact, I say, I wish they can do more research, especially those who over-advertise. Do more research so that if they see that they're not able to sell, then they're going to close down the bad ones. And then the good ones will be left. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I always say, do research. Google the company. Google the title. Google everything that you see. Get a lawyer.
Put reviews.
Put reviews so that the bad ones can fall off and then the good ones can remain. Because as we're in the good side, so we want to remain as the good ones because we want people to invest back home.
Yeah.
I tell my team, my staff, this is not a business. We're in a ministry. What is a ministry?
Okay.
We're in the ministry of making sure people get something back home. I don't believe there's any diasporian who is here just to enjoy themselves. People come here, you're away from your family, your extended family back home, you're in weather that is not the most conducive. You are with people that who don't necessarily want you
And don't like you.
and don't, we know all those issues. And you soldier on and you work hard and you're doing that so that your family back home can live a better life, you can invest back home, you can do all those things. So it is such a tragedy if you do all that, you sacrifice all that, and then somebody back home decides to just take that money and just disappear with
and
it.
drink it away or whatever.
So for me, I tell people, this is a ministry. We are saving people from losing money. We are saving people from making sure that they are not losing their investment.
This is the real church.
No,
You're a preacher.
And-
You're a
and,
pastor.
Yes,
You're a shepherd of the flock.
and let me tell you, I do not take that lightly. I take it with all the seriousness.
yeah. We were talking the other day, we did a little math. Because you just mentioned here that you employ right now it's like over 100
people, yeah.
Over 100 people. So we did the math the other day, and then we were like, okay, so approximately 100 people, they're in a family of 2 to 3 people.
Yes, correct.
All right?
Yeah.
Because everybody has a family.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not. So this is approximately 300 or 400 people that are impacted by AMG in one or the other. Now, forget about the customers. This is just the employees, over 300 to 400 people. So when you talk about it being a ministry, like it makes sense because do you need 100 employees? Technically, if you were to say right now, if I were to be as efficient as possible right now, how many employees would I need to run this company?
Let me not answer that because they're listening.
Oh.
But
No, but I'm just okay because I'm
I
a
only
finance.
need me. I
I'm
only
a
need me
finance
and
guy.
Guru. That's it.
No, yeah, I'm a finance guy. So
No.
if I'm looking at it from a selfish
That's
point
a
of view,
joke.
I no, I get you.
Yeah.
I get that
I'm
point
like,
very clearly. But
yeah,
let me
it's a
tell you.
calling. Yeah.
Let me tell you now. When it comes to employees,
yeah,
it is also a ministry because
yeah,
what are we doing in an environment where young people have been told that you lazima ukuwe na connection, lazima ujue fulani for you to be successful, lazima ukuwe corrupt ndio ukuwe successful, lazima ukuwe mwizi. We are saying we are playing the proper game. The
Game of
street-
meritocracy.
Yes, the street game. For example, I don't have a relative in my organization. Not even one. The
That's
only
not good.
relative I have is my wife.
Yes.
Yeah, because we founded the company. She's a shareholder, isn't
Church,
it?
yeah. It's your wife.
I don't employ my relatives. I employ people who are competent, and I'm not saying my relatives are not competent. I'm just saying it is a choice we've
Keeping it
made.
separate.
We keep it separate.
Yeah.
If it's a relative, we help them, but we help them from you. What do you want to do? Okay, we can help you start that, or we can help you with this, or we can do that. But we don't want to mix that thing with the organization because we want professionalism. Everybody who has come in through an interview. We advertise, blah, blah, blah. We employ all tribes. We employ everybody. My chairman, I'm not the chairman of the organization, even though I'm the founder.
Yeah, because you know you have a board of directors.
We have a board of directors. Why? We chose to have a board for accountability.
Yeah.
We have a team that comes every 3 months. We have a serious meeting. They go through our financials. Are we paying the taxes? Are we doing the right thing? And my chairman today is Martin Ocheng. He's the CEO of Sasini. Yes, 8,000 employees.
Yeah, it's a big.
He
it's a big
takes his day, a whole day, to come and look at our numbers and everything.
Yeah.
He runs the meetings. He runs the minutes. He goes through our financials. He says this. He gives us direction and he advises us. Why do we do that? Because we don't want to be that. There are churches where you go and you say, is this a church or is this a business? Let's stop there. But anyway,
We don't want to step on any toes.
You know what I mean. But
the pastor and the first lady, they look like they're sitting on a throne.
exactly.
I know.
The
Or they'll be carried by.
And then everybody's running around serving them.
Wanawambia nyinyi mfanye you work hard to go to heaven. Them they're already in heaven on earth.
Already in heaven.
But anyway,
Shafik.
yeah. So that's how we try to help the diaspora. So we deliver titles. We have a partnership with DHL. We have a bank account, not one here in the US for people to be able to deposit, because remittance is a pain.
Yes.
It's a huge pain for diaspora.
It can be, yes. Yeah, and then they have limitations.
Because that's a pain. Limitation, blockage, what.
Yeah.
So put the money in Bank of America or PNC, just deposit the money there. We will struggle with that, with taking the money
Figuring
back home.
it out how to get home.
We are always thinking about them. So only selling land that we own. In actual fact, I'll tell you that 70% of our customers are repeat and referral. That's why you don't see us advertising like the world is ending.
Yeah.
Because we already have that base. We already have people who are speaking good things.
Like, listen, this is my experience.
Yeah,
You've been to my home in Kenya.
Yes.
You can see, this is who I
am.
Yeah.
Do you know we have customers who call their friends and they say, if they don't deliver, I'll pay you.
Because they know.
They're telling their friend, if AMG does not deliver what they have said, I will compensate you.
Okay, can I say something?
Yeah.
Benny has never told me that. He's never told me he'll pay me because he's failed us. He's failed us.
We love a side chat. Now, you find customers. For example, we started a referral program where you can earn, and the customers shunned it. And I said, I think I know why. And people are in the office
The
asking
benefit
me,
outweighs the risk.
why?
Yeah, the risk outweighs the benefit.
And I said, people are emotionally connected to the organization to the point where they know that if I tell somebody who I treasure and I love that I have found something that is good, I actually don't want payment for it. Because when now I'm paid for that information,
it is commercialized.
It's commercialized.
Yeah.
That's why the referral program never works for us.
Yeah.
We say, refer somebody and earn a commission. And people are not interested because I want them to know that I love them so much that I gave them information
you something.
for free.
For free.
I mean, I meet people and they say, you're here, you're in Dallas. Ebu, talk to this guy. Or he picks the phone. Hello, the guy I was telling you about is here. Ebu, talk to him. So I'm ringing on the phone. I don't even know who I'm talking to. The guy tells me, oh, you're the one who sells land, yeah. Okay, yeah, he told me about Juja. So where can I send the money? They're not interested in knowing where the plot is.
You haven't even asked, who are you?
Who are you?
It's a trust factor.
You just like,
It's a
wow,
trust factor.
it's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of business that we set out to do. And we thank God that for 13 years we've been able to do that. And we want to be there for many more years, 200 years, 300 years, 500 years.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because over in the diaspora, like one of the key characteristics will say that will help you drive a good business is just what you kept on mentioning is integrity. Because integrity can be wrapped up in everything. Yeah, it means you're honest. It means you do what you say, which is one of the challenges of I would say like back home for a lot of us here in the diaspora. It doesn't matter where you're from, Kenya, Uganda, Africa, anywhere in the Caribbean and everything. Like our homes, we have this issue of, especially when you're home and then you're dealing with vendors. It's like there's this slow understanding that even let's say you've gone home, your mom is trying to do something, and then she's saying, "Oh, so and so is coming to fix something. He said he'll be here at 8 a.m. in the morning. It's 6 p.m. And I'm like, yo, mom, I thought you said this person will be here at 8 a.m. in the morning. It's 6 p.m. So are they coming tomorrow? And the surprising fact is that even your mom at that time is not even panicking. It's not even like, yeah, he may come tomorrow. He'll be like, nah. She'll be like, oh, bado anakuja. He still come. It's 6 p.m. So it's what we're saying is that we are not used to you saying something and not doing it.
Yes.
And it's not even that we think you're a bad person. It's just weird.
It's a culture.
It's a culture thing. We've been accustomed in such a way that you said you'll be here at 8. If you're not here at 8, I'm calling you. And if you're upset or if you're still in bed, don't be surprised if I'm like,
Because you told me.
why are you still in bed? You told me you'll be at 8. We take it to word. So, and that is why it's an easy advertisement
Yes.
for somebody. If you say, I'll deliver your title within 60 days, and they receive their title within 60 days, they won't even know that they're advertising when they're talking to their friends. They'll be like, hey, yo, by the way, there's these guys, AMG, I bought land for them. These guys, they were saying they deliver title in 60 days. And I received the title in 60 days after
less
paying.
than, yes.
It will be a conversation type thing.
Correct.
And somebody, they'll be like, you know what? Okay, when we leave, can you give me the contact for these guys? It's that simple. If you just do what you say you're going to do, it's very simple.
Nowadays, when I talk to customers, I always ask them, by the way, how did you find out about us? How did you start buying with us?
Yeah.
And let me tell you, the stories are so interesting. There's a lady, she's in PA. She told me she was told by a nephew who works at the airport, a lady, I don't know her. She's never come to the office to ask for anything. Now they buy, this lady in PA buys with the husband, and she has introduced more than 5 people who are also buying. And the lady who told them about us has never even contacted. She is also our customer. She came, she bought, and she finished, and that's
disappeared.
And she disappeared. But she does not know
The influence.
the impact also that she has brought.
What do they call it? 6 degrees of separation.
Yes, exactly.
That she introduced to your business.
So I tell people who are going into business, don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the money. Be patient. I think one of the things that helped me is personally in the business is because I did not start it to be wealthy. I started because of the pain I had gone through trying to buy property.
to ensure that
So I was solving a pain.
Yeah.
The money came as a result of the
Success
of solving that pain.
Yeah.
So the challenge I find in Kenya is that people start the business, and not only Kenya, many places, people start to do something because of what it will do for them. Okay? So you're starting a business to buy a Range Rover. So every time you receive money, you just think, I'm closer to buying my Range Rover. But you're not thinking.
Just be careful. That's my dream car. So be
No,
careful
no,
what
I-
you say from here
I-
on.
I'm just. It's just an example.
Okay.
Okay, Land Cruiser.
Okay.
So I'm starting
work
this
with Land
business to
Cruiser.
buy a V8.
Yes.
So every time you receive money, your thoughts are on the V8,
Yeah.
not delivery of what you have received the money for. You get the point?
Yeah.
So you find that a lot of people focus on the money only. That's why you call a plumber. He keeps telling you, I need to buy these things, need to make a deposit, need to make. The minute you pay the deposit, it's like
disappeared.
he's lost your number.
Yeah.
Now you're the one to call and follow up. But before he was calling you 5 times in a day.
Yeah.
Mzee ulisema nini? Mzee ulisema nini? Tuma kwa hii number. The minute you pay that deposit,
He's gone. He's out of there.
everything just changes. Now he was supposed to come today. All of a sudden, he'll come after 2 days.
Yeah.
And you just ask him, boss, we agreed on this and this and this.
Yeah.
Why has it changed all of a sudden?
Because his goal was to acquire
Because
those funds.
the only thing he was focused on, and I have no beef with plumbers. It's just an example, right? Is the money.
The money.
But if you focus on the money, you won't go anywhere. What you're supposed to do as a plumber is give me such good service that, number one, every time I think of a plumber,
I think of you.
I only think about you.
Yeah.
Number two, every time I know somebody wants a plumber, I only give them that referral and I tell them, this is the guy who can sort you.
Yeah.
And that's all we did at AMG. That's all we've been able to do at AMG.
And it's taken.
So imagine we have customers who tell us, we are looking for land in Kikambala. We are looking for land in Kisumu. Can you please go and find land? You buy and sell to us. You make some money. You go and find it, as we don't mind you making
Because I
the
was
profit.
thinking about Eldoret right now.
Yeah. You're just
I was
like,
do you need an office?
Yeah.
I can build you an office.
you're just like, wow. I mean, so for us, we really thank God, because what we thought about when starting the business turned out to be exactly what the customer was looking for. And because of that, we've gotten our reward.
And you become successful.
Yeah.
Oh, but by the
thankful
way,
for
just a small side note for all our other non-Kenyan listeners. And we just said the fixation of somebody either buying a Range Rover or a V8. Now in Kenya, we call all trucks, all SUVs. It doesn't matter what it is. We call them V8s. So
Well, there are two main V8s.
it can be a Land Cruiser.
There's a Nissan Patrol and there's a Toyota Land Cruiser. Which both came, but they're no longer V8 anymore.
or any other car that has it's a V8.
Yeah.
It can be it can be a Honda.
Yeah, let's just call
as
it
long as
a
it's
Honda V8.
no, let's just call it a big car.
A big car.
A big car.
So don't
True.
be like, man, this guy wants to buy an engine, man.
Yeah, true. I know.
No.
Yeah.
But that's amazing, and it makes a lot of sense. And so I think in one of the process, as we try to wrap up now, because of what you've been able to do, one of your passions, as you've like really told us about, is you're delving more into philanthropy.
Yeah.
And it's mainly from what I've seen in your website and all your activities online, like you've paid school fees for I don't know, a bunch of kids here and there, and and right now you're big on libraries. You're just building libraries all over the place. Yeah, like the last time I was in Nanyuki, I'm driving. I'm in town, and then I'm saying, "Oh, AMG library," but I had already driven by it. I'm like, "Yo,
What is that?
what is that?" And then I'm calling you. I'm like, just, do you have a library out here? Like, yes, that's one of our best libraries. So
Yeah.
what's the deal with the philanthropy, and especially when you're looking at when you talk about libraries?
Very good question. Number one, I told you I'm a man of faith, so I base a lot of my thinking around the Word of God and things like that. Yeah. So number one, I think the generosity is a gift of the Holy Spirit. Okay, for me that's my basis.
Yeah.
And number two, I think I have it. I think I have a spirit of generosity. Maybe not everybody will agree, but I think it's there. So I find that I'm very generous in my time, in my talent.
I mean, you're here right now.
Yeah, and in my treasure. So it's just a gift that I think God has given me, and I want to use that gift as best as I can.
Yes.
And I also realize now that not everybody has that gift, and it's okay, because they have other gifts, they have other fruits of the Holy Spirit, which is fine. So for me, when it comes to money, I think you reach a point where when you do your basics,
Yep.
you're able to meet your day-to-day living expenses. You're able to have something extra for a rainy day or for emergencies. You're able to have, you're comfortable. If you're comfortable, let's just put it that way. I think you get the point.
We're talking about disposability.
Yes. So then you quickly realize that what you're doing was never about, was not about you.
Yeah.
It was not about you. And I think that is one of the most shocking things about, going into business. You realize this was never about me. This was about those 100 employees that I have and the impact that is creating. It is about those diasporians and others, and even non-diasporians that we are able to impact by giving them genuine property.
Yep.
Actually, you just discover you're just a channel. You're just a vessel.
A vessel.
And it hits you hard. For me, that realization hit me hard. And I started asking God, okay, what else do you want me to do? What else do you want me to do? So my dad, before he became a businessman, was a teacher. He was actually a teacher and a businessman. He was a headmaster. And he used to do business on the side. And then he left formal employment, and went into business full-time. He was also a very generous man. So I think I also watched him being very generous. He always gave Awochi money. Anybody he found, he would stop the car and give an old lady money on the roadside and say, please have something. So he was extremely generous. Number one. Number two, he loved education. So when I started AMG, I started AMG Foundation, but it was called Maktaba Foundation, because he told me and he told us as a family many times that education is one of the best equalizers of life. And it is true. I mean, if you look at sports, for example, only 0.1% make
That's
it.
true.
If you look at music, only 0.1% make it. But if you look at education,
Anybody can make it.
50%, 60%, if you get a degree, you probably get a job if you're in an environment.
1 second.
Yeah.
If
Keep going.
you're in an environment like this one, 70% of people who get a college degree will get a job.
Yeah.
So then I started thinking, how do I impact society? How do I make a difference in the society? And I said, you can't do everything because you have limited resources, isn't it? So for me, education was very attractive. If we can invest in our children today, it means they will have a better tomorrow. And because I'm not able to do roads, I'm not able to do, I'm not government.
You can't solve everybody's problems.
Exactly. So we chose education as a way to making sure that people can have a better life.
Yeah.
And so we do three things in AMG Foundation. We pay school fees, and we don't necessarily look for the brightest. We look for good attitude, and of course needy. Why? Because a lot of the bright students are already paid for by the big corporations.
Yeah.
The Equity Wings to Fly is a fantastic example. I mean, they have done a phenomenal job of educating kids from needy families, bright students from needy families. Of course, you understand the logic is if you educate the brightest, they have the best chance of making it in life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And hopefully they can sort
And
the rest of the
that goes
family.
back to that 0.1%
Exactly.
situation.
Exactly. So, but we look at not necessarily the brightest, but the most needy. And then number two, we do mentorship. So we go into colleges, high schools. We go into primary schools sometimes. We go into colleges and we talk to kids. Why? Because we have very young staff members, we think they can easily relate to these kids.
Yeah.
Because they are just out of college. So they really can relate to a high schooler.
Yeah.
They have their first job, so they can tell them about their experience, about transitioning from school into the workplace, what happens. And we find it's generally very, very good. The kids are very engaged and they want to learn a lot. Number three, and which for me is my real passion, is putting up libraries. Why libraries? We try and complement the government efforts in providing textbooks to schools. Now you can imagine if you are studying and the only reference you have is what the teacher said.
Yeah. That limitation is crazy.
that limitation, my friend.
Wow.
And then you're expected to get an A to go to high school. You're expected to get a good mark to progress in life. I find it's a very unlevel playing field, isn't it? So what do? We go into communities, we go into underserved areas, we take space, and it's not in a school, it's in a community center, most probably within an informal settlement. And we put shelves, we put desks and seats, and we put a small reception area, we put a CCTV camera, and we put books from class 1 to O level. All the recommended Ministry of Education textbooks. That is our base. Then on top of that, to add cream on the cake, we put some storybooks, Bible, dictionary, kamusi, all those. So why in community centers? Number one, we do not want the library to be owned by a school, because if you put a library in a school, then only the kids in that school will benefit. Benefit. Number two, schools do not open on Saturday and Sunday. We do open. So we want the kids to be able to come on Sunday, to be able to come on Saturday.
Yeah, so access is always
available. Okay. Number three, we want the kids to walk from their home. If you don't have textbooks, we also assume that transport is an issue. If we then put far away from you,
it's another
obviously
issue.
Then we make it
You're compounding the issue.
We then make them free of charge. We do not charge for membership. We do not require anything from you for you to be able to access that library. We just want you to come, put your bag on left luggage, have a seat, take the book that you want to read, and go and read. It is one of the most satisfying things I've ever done in my life, if I may say so myself.
I agree.
It's pretty cool, man. How many libraries total right now?
There are only 4, and we are starting to build the 5th one. But I can tell you, for example, in Nanyuki, in August, we had 7,000 kids. 7,000.
That's come through.
That is a big number.
It is an unbelievable
The impact.
number.
We're talking about like 6 degrees of separation.
Yes. So
That's 42,000 people.
yes, it is so packed that they have to come in shifts. 2 hours, you have to leave. 2 hours, you have to leave, because the others are outside wanting to come in. We started with a 250-seater. We had to add 100 seats. We built outside. Now we put a shade and built outside of the main building, just to add. We also put fantastic toilets, because we know we're in an informal sector. Yeah. Why are we putting that fantastic toilet? You know, a mirror with a switch, it lights up and all this, because it's a place of inspiration. It's not just to come and read a book.
Yep.
You're coming to read, and you're coming to say, and you're saying, one day I'm going to have a toilet like that in my house.
You know what that reminds me of?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember the story or know of the story of William Kamkwamba.
No.
Hey.
William Kamkwamba was in
Who that?
Southern Africa.
Yeah.
This young man, same thing. He finished 8th grade.
The one who built a windmill.
A windmill.
Yeah, I know him. I know that story, yes.
Oh, South African.
He was
I think it's,
Malawi.
Well, Malawi. Is I said Southern Africa. I didn't say South Africa. I said Southern Africa.
Context. Okay, got it.
And they actually made a movie about the guy.
Oh yeah,
right?
no. We saw it. I know it. I know it now.
But I
Yeah.
remember reading the book several years ago about William Kamkwamba. And I was so... There are 2 books, actually, as a diasporan that really motivated me. As a young man was Zenzele, which was a Zimbabwean book about this young lady that came to she came to the United States. This book was recommended to me by my aunt in Philly. When you said PA, she gave me this book when I first landed, and when I first landed as a young adult. Like, read this book, and I read it, and I read it maybe once every other year or so. It's such a phenomenal book about this young lady that became a neurosurgeon or something. And then the other one was William Kamkwamba.
Yes.
Is this guy that went up to 8th grade and his parents could no longer afford to pay for school fees. He had no resources. But all he did was just go to the library. And this library impact. And I feel that there are going to be stories that come out of what you guys are doing that are going to be so amazing, so impactful. And we cannot wait to really dig into that. So
Yeah, by the way, like, let me, I can talk for hours about this Nanyuki library.
we can talk for hours tonight.
Yeah. But for example, in the Nanyuki one, which is our latest one and our biggest one,
Yeah.
and we built it from ground up because we thought this is where we started our business. It has been one of the best places where we've probably grown a lot.
Yeah. And just before you continue,
Yeah.
Nanyuki, Kenya is about a 4-hour drive.
No, two and a half. Two and a half
Felt like
north.
4 hours, maybe.
No.
No. It all depends how fast you drive, man. It's technically 3 hours from Nairobi.
Okay.
Like 3.
Forget the
3.5
time.
hours,
Forget
man.
the time.
Forget the time.
It's 200 kilometers. So
200
that
kilometers from
never
Nairobi.
changes.
Yeah, that
Yes.
doesn't change. Yeah.
So it's 200 kilometers from Nairobi. And it's in one of the most serene, most beautiful places
At the foot of Mount Kenya.
at the foot of Mount Kenya.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the equator.
On the equator.
Right on the
Yeah.
equator. Yeah.
And the weather is constant.
Yeah.
It does get a bit
Unbelievable
chilly.
place. Yeah.
Relative.
Cold nights, warm days.
Yeah.
Cold nights, warm days.
Best weather in the world.
And then the landscape.
Yeah.
We have mountainous landscape.
Yes.
Then you have wildlife.
You have
Conservancies.
conservancies.
Bunch of them.
It's a beautiful location.
Yeah, it
So
is.
continue. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just had to.
So yeah, fantastic. Yes, thank you for that. So in Nanyuki, what we did is we asked our customers to join us in building this library. But the way we did it is we were putting up the building with our own resources. Of course, it's money from our customers, and then we said, for every 100,000 shillings that you pay into our business for your land, part payment or whatever it is, which is just below $1,000, maybe $700, we're buying 12 books because we're celebrating 12 years in business. And then for every 500,000 you pay, we were buying a computer. We got over 5,000 books. We got about 80 computers.
Wow.
They all didn't go to Nanyuki. We didn't
spread
have
the wealth,
we,
but-
we put in different libraries. But what we did is we put every single book. So if the 100,000 had come from Kevin and we bought 12 books because of that, we put a sticker donated by Kevin. Every single of those books. If it was a computer, we put at because they are desktop on the
tags.
top of the
Yeah.
tags, exactly, the tags donated by so and so.
Okay.
Why? Because and then let me finish and then I'll say why. And then on top of that, we built a wall of fame in the library, saying this library was made possible by the following donors, and we put 2 names. So we did that to protect, obviously, your name. So if you see Anthony Mwangi, you won't know who it is. We don't say ID number or anything, but you will know this is me. Yeah. So we have our wall of fame, and then every single book has a name to it. Why? Again, when the kid opens that book and they read, and they see donated by so and so, what are we doing? We're instilling the culture.
Yeah.
We're instilling that culture that in this world, it is more blessed to give than to receive.
Give back.
In a culture where we are being taught every day that you have to be conniving, you have to be corrupt, you have to
Janja.
take and take and take and take and just see how much more you can take. Why don't we teach our kids how to give?
How to give.
Because it also elicits something in the kids' brain
kids,
when
yes.
when they open a book and then they
Exactly.
see
This was
donated by Kevin Yimba.
Yes. And then
yes,
thinking,
they'll read the book, and then when
Yeah.
they return the book, they'll be like, "And who is Kevin
who is Kevin?
Yimba?
I don't even know
And
him.
how does he donate? Why?"
Exactly.
So it can open another conversation.
Exactly.
And then when the kid goes home, they tell the mom, "Today I read the book, and on the book, on the page, it was a sticker. It said, donated by Kevin Yimba." And then the mom is like, "Who is that?" And then the kid will explain to the mom. And the way all our Kenyan moms, I would say most of them, they're very prayerful. They'll be like, "Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I will pray for Kevin Yimba."
Yeah.
So you don't even know. You're over here doing your own thing.
You're so
And there's
right.
somebody in Kenya praying for you because the kid read a book.
You know, when we were, it's so weird you say that, because when we opened that library, just before we opened, when we were preparing it, so we went for one of those site visits. And a man, I'm telling you, nobody knows me, like, I'm not famous or anything. So we'll be there in the library, but nobody knows this is AMG or this is the owner. So a man walked in, an old man from the informal settlement. It's called Majengo. He walked in. He was a Muslim guy with a Muslim nini. Lifted his hands and said, "Bless the man who built this thing for our children." And then he walked out. He didn't address anybody. I mean, that's just a prayer right there,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It is.
He didn't want anything from anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we had the demonstrations, so we were obviously very concerned that
The Gen Z demonstrations that were going on there.
Yes, yes. We were very concerned that this library could be
become
banned.
targeted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could be targeted and banned. And because it's in an informal settlement, isn't it? So I sent out word to my contractor in the area, like, could you get some boys to take care of that place, to guard and everything? And he came back and said, we went to Majengo to get these boys, and they told us to go back. They said, "We don't want anything from you. Nobody can touch our library. This is our library."
It's because they've taken ownership.
They have taken complete ownership. So for me, those things, that is my joy. And I don't necessarily do it to get blessings, but I do it because I'm blessed. I say, if God has blessed me this much, then how do I show gratitude? I can only show gratitude by doing things that are going to affect people I don't know, who I might never know, who might never come to buy from AMG, who might, that's it.
Yeah. You've made a difference in somebody's life.
Exactly. So, and imagine if all of us just did something where we were or where we are, just something as small as it is, how the world would change.
I
change.
100% agree.
Yeah.
I think
Telling me.
when you go back and say, who's this person that donated this, or and you see this in commercial situations, or even like campuses. Like I have this weird love for universities. So you go to these universities, and I'm talking about like major, like University of Texas. You go to Baylor, which we're going to talk about here in a second. And you find out that they have these like wall of fame or like a walk of fame where everybody has a brick, and that brick has something from a donor that felt it in their spirit to be like, I want to give and impact somebody.
The Baylor Stadium was built by a family. Can
Yeah.
you imagine?
The McLean family.
Yeah.
But you guys Google McLean Stadium. That thing is a college stadium that rivals. Oh my God! We talked about sports in the catch-up episode, and the facilities out here.
We talked about sports facilities in the United States, but forget about even for sports facilities.
Yep.
You go to some of these like local libraries, and they'll have like these like bricks.
Yes.
Each brick
It represents a donor.
a donor,
Yeah.
and each donor will have like a message. They'll say, "This is dedicated to my father," or "This is from the family of so and so." And I think giving back is really what fuels the development of community.
Yeah, the future.
I'll
future.
tell you one of the most satisfying arts I've ever done, and it's it's interesting. It's at that time I was working in Vermont. So this day I walk into our supply store for the job, and then I see a stack of laptops. They're not even all laptops, but it was back then.
Yeah.
But they were maybe 2 or 3 years removed from that year when I was there. So I see a stack of laptops, and I remember they told us, "Hey, bring in your old laptops,
Yes, to get a new
because
one.
we are refurbishing,
yeah.
so we give you new ones."
Yeah.
So we returned our old laptops. They gave us new laptops, and then these laptops they were stacked up in the
In the
supply room.
warehouse, yes.
So I'm doing my copies. I see these laptops, and then I'm like, what are something came in my head. I'm like, what are they going to do with them?
Yes.
So I actually asked our office manager. I was like, okay, I've just seen the laptops that you have in there. That was my first year working with these guys. I've just seen these laptops in there. What are you guys going to do with them? Those are the ones that we gave back. And she's like, yes, those are the laptops you gave back. Then I'm like, what are you guys going to do with them? I'm expecting them to tell them that they're going to return them for a refund
supplier,
to the
yes.
supplier for a refund. But then she told me, no, we may return them, or we might just send them to recycle. I'm like, what do you mean send them to recycle? Those are good laptops. The laptop I gave back yesterday
Is a
fantastic laptop.
Yeah.
Why are you sending them to recycle? Because we can't take them back to the supplier. They've already been depreciated completely.
Yeah.
They've already been paid off. So there's like they're of no use.
Yes.
I was like, interesting. I left it at that, and then I went home. I thought I was thinking, because I think it was around November, right about there. But in December, I was traveling home. I was going home. I was like, how about I just go ask them for them? All right, because I'm thinking about all these. Like I come from in Kakamega, in the boondocks, all the way in there.
We could do with laptops.
like our little village schools in there. I was just somehow thinking about them. So I just asked. The next day when I went to work, I went to the office manager. I was like, okay, hey, you guys, I'm traveling. As you know, I have my vacation coming up in December. I'm going home. All right. So is there any chance, instead of sending these things to recycle, can you give them to me? All right. And go donate
Yes.
to the schools. I have a couple of schools in my local schools. There are not that many. Obviously, these are like around. There were like 8 or 10 laptops. I was like, I'm sure I can come up with 8 or 10 schools around my little village.
Yeah.
I can at least go and donate at least 1 or 2 in the school. I don't know what they're going to do with them, but I can just give it to them. And then they were like, yeah. The lady was like, okay, I don't know. Let me speak to the partners. So she went, and then she came back. I'm working, and then she was like, yo, guess what? The partners told me you can have the laptops.
Wow.
So like, just give me a day. I'll go clean up. I'll go
Yes.
clean them up.
Format. Yeah.
Yeah, get everything out, so that there's no work stuff in there. They'll give it to you.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I asked was like, can you just at least let Microsoft Office stay in there if possible? Get rid of everything else,
Yes.
but just leave Microsoft Office in there.
Yeah. Wow.
She went back and asked again, and then she came back. Like at that time, those days or the days when you buy Microsoft Office,
You get it
you
as
buy it in a
you get
disc,
a disc
and it's yours and it's done.
Yes.
Yeah, it does not go
Oh
away.
yeah, it was not
Yeah,
licensed.
it was not like right now, like
it was not
your
like
365, you're
a renewal,
subscribing.
yeah,
No.
renewal,
You
yeah.
buy it in a disc and it's done. So if it's in the system,
It's
yours.
yours, yes.
Unless maybe there's some renewal, I don't know. Yo,
Wow.
She came back the next day. She was like, "Yep, you have it with only Microsoft Office."
Oh,
I carried those things, but those things were heavy because they were the big. They were the big laptops.
Yes.
I took them home. I remember that December I was walking into schools. I think I gave 2 to 1 school. I ended up with maybe 4 schools that were close enough for me to worry about. So I think I gave them all each 2. But the best one, the best school that I gave, which was amazing, they had just built. It's actually called Chibusi High School. I remember them. They'd actually built what do you call it? A computer lab. with the thinking that they're going to get donations.
From people.
They didn't even have anything. They were like, you know what?
My.
We are looking into the future. We think we need computers,
Oh, nice.
all right?
Yeah,
But we
good
don't have any right now.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
thinking.
But I think they've been donated a building. Somebody had come and built a building. So I was like, okay, so this is the computer lab they've built. They're like, okay, we don't know where we're going to get the computers from. We're just going to build the building.
Wow.
So they built the building, and those 2 laptops I gave them
the
were the
beginning.
first ones.
Yes.
But they have never gone
Excellent.
back to check if they have
You
any more.
should. You should.
You'll see how that compounds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was amazing.
You'll
and,
see how it compounds.
and the kids were coming from lunch or something. They were passing by, and then they saw the teacher in the lab, and then I think it was the head girl. She walked in. He walked in, and we were like, "Yo, what's going on?" And he told him.
yeah.
The head girl told oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. The head girl told them that, hey, we just got our first laptops in there. All of a sudden, there were like 10, 15 kids
Yeah.
in there looking at 2 laptops,
Imagine. Like
turning on,
Yep.
and all excited that these things are
yes.
turning on. So, I get you.
Like kids in a candy store. When we opened our Kibera one, and it's a small one, it's not a huge one. We opened last year. The day we opened, that Monday, we launched it on a Saturday and then opened officially on Monday. At 8:30 p.m., we had to chase away the kids.
Because they wouldn't leave.
Because they would not leave. And we were now worried, how are they going to get home? You know?
It becomes a security issue.
Yeah, because these are kids. These are young kids. So you're worried that they will not get home on time. You know, they will have issues getting home. And it's such a tiny library. And today we have parents who come with their kids to do homework in the library. Because that's where they can get all the textbooks.
Wow.
We have kids who, when they are chased out of school because of lack of school fees, they come there and they continue studying until when money is available, they go back to school. So for us, the impact is just immense. It's immense.
It's immense.
Amazing.
And I think we can't. So we've kind of dug deep into this foundation thing, and I feel like it has an impact on everything that we're talking about because it's so important to give back, and we can't rob ourselves of what we need. At the same time, we can't also just
Live for ourselves.
live for ourselves. Exactly.
I
That's
agree.
exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And I probably am glad that I had that little gap of thought process because you filled it in perfectly. And when we have that sense of giving back and without the desire for profiting, that is what I believe the origin of holistic capitalism started, where like I do something that plugs a hole in this sinking ship, and that solution provides me resources to be able to provide so much more to the back end to where ultimately this ship moves in a certain direction of success.
I love that.
Right?
Yeah. The Fubu guy, what's his name?
Damon.
Damon?
Damon. Yeah.
He says, you do what matters, you master, and then you matter. Yeah.
You do what
you do what matters,
Uh-huh.
you master it,
Uh-huh.
and then you matter.
And then you matter.
All
So
right now.
so you start with the basics. What you're saying, we have to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
We master the trade, then you become successful, and then you matter because you now are able to create influence within the society.
Yeah.
You're able to make changes, or you're able to create something that was not there within the society.
Telling you. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's profound.
Mad
It's
yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah. No, that makes sense because like I think as a community we have an obligation to each other. And I will stand on that in the sense of how I believe of humanity. We have an obligation to each other.
Of course, 100%.
One way or another. And you said this earlier where you're like, no man is independent. One person is never an island. But the beginning of an island is, or not even an island, but the beginning of community is family.
Of course, yes.
and one of the things that we try to target in our conversations is always fatherhood. And you mentioned you have 4 kids,
Yes.
3 girls and 1 boy,
Yeah.
which I'm sure is just a crazy experience altogether.
It is. It is. It is. It is.
But the craziest of it is that you just dropped off your daughter at college.
yeah. 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 Surreal, I tell you.
Is it really? Like,
Yeah,
you know, for some of us who are still raising younger kids, like, I feel like, I don't know about Ben, but I feel like that will be the pinnacle of my life when I drop them off at college and
Yeah.
ride off into the sunset.
Oh man,
There's no riding off into the sunset.
There's no such thing, right?
I think yeah, it's interesting. Kids are interesting because you spend your time preparing them for the world,
Yeah.
but you keep asking yourself whether you've done a good enough job or whether they are ready.
Yeah.
And you're playing all this game of balancing whether you are ninning them too much, you're trying to
Baby them.
baby them too much.
Yeah.
Are you letting them be independent? Are you allowing them to do things on their own,
Make
or are
their
you
mistakes.
make their mistakes? So it's a delicate balance, and the problem is that there's no marking scheme. There's no manual where you can go and refer. But then you quickly realize, hopefully, that again, you're just a channel. That they actually, the kids belong to God. They are not yours, and He has given you the responsibility and the honor and privilege.
Is that Miano who said that? He said that you don't he actually said something very similar.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to think it's a wisdom thing.
we're just like custodians.
We're custodians.
Exactly.
You're
You're just a
custodians of the
custodian.
Yeah.
So you do your best, and you just know that God is in charge, and that's it. And you pray for them endlessly. You try and give them the best that you can. That's all you can do. There's nothing else, and you just cherish the moment. We had a wonderful weekend with my daughter. Picked her up on Friday. Went to Dallas, hung out with her. Then drove up again on Saturday.
Hey, you're driving up and down, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. So
That's in Waco, right? She
Waco,
goes to
she's
Baylor.
Yeah, is that
Baylor
going
University.
up or going down?
It's going
Maybe
down.
down.
It's
Yeah,
south. Yeah.
south.
Yeah, it's
He
about an hour and a half.
picked up from. He was in here. He was here on Friday.
Yeah, I was in Dallas.
He was in
yes.
Dallas on Friday. He
Drove up to Waco.
Went to Waco
just to pick her up.
pick her up. Came back.
He came back to Dallas.
Hanged out
Hung out
on Saturday.
on Friday. Then
Yeah.
Saturday morning we
Went back.
for a game.
Yes.
Watched the game.
Yeah, which is a phenomenal game.
Yes,
Football.
then- yes.
We're back on sports, right,
Oh,
guys?
yeah.
We're back on
Beautiful
sports because
game.
It was Bella versus
Samford in Alabama.
Stanford.
No,
Sanford.
Samford. Yeah.
Samford.
Yeah. It was not a. It wasn't
It's
a
an
big program.
Alabama.
It was
Alabama.
one of these 43-10 type win for Bale or something.
742, yeah, something
Yeah,
like
some-
that. 42-7,
yeah.
yeah.
There's always that.
So we won that, and then we drove down. We drove up to Dallas for dinner, hung out, and then yesterday, I dropped her back, and then we drove back to Dallas.
To Dallas, yeah. No, but you know, it's so Waco, Texas, where Baylor University is about an hour, 35, 40 minutes.
An hour 35, an hour 45,
yeah,
depending
an
on
hour
where you're driving
38,
from.
Yeah,
From
so,
where we are.
So for some people, that's nothing. But that's a lot of mileage.
No, it is. It's
So
a lot
that's
of
we
mileage.
talk about sacrifice, like the
Yeah,
sacrifice
yeah.
that you're still doing.
Yeah. But, yeah. Well, I don't look at it as a sacrifice. I mean, for me, it's a real joy.
It's a responsibility.
It's
Oh
a
yeah,
real
yeah, it's a
joy.
joy.
Yeah.
Like
it's
I'm
a joy.
deriving a lot of joy by being
Yeah,
hanging
just
out
being
with her.
together, the two of us, driving together, talking about different things,
Yeah.
listening to different music. She was the official DJ in the car. She'd put this music, and just seeing how she thinks. So she knows the kind of songs I would like. So half of the time she makes sure she'll put the songs I like.
That you like, yeah.
Then she would put the songs that she likes. I mean, then okay, she's a fair person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That she considers others.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that goes back to she's seeing you doing your thing, and it's like it's not all just about you.
Hopefully.
So
yeah.
so when you talk about business and you talk about the hustle that you're trying to do, impacting community and raising these wonderful kids, like how do they intersect? Like what do you feel is the intersection there?
That's a big word, intersection.
Hey, I'm the big word guy. I'm the Elmo of this conversation.
Yeah,
This
write
dude
that
is
down, write that down.
googling words over there.
Yeah.
I like the word
Intersection.
I
And then
like
he
big
says
words. I like
between
big
you can
words.
use this word on this and this, and then
I
he's
like
dropping
big
it on
words.
us over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say, okay, so for me, growing up, I think one of the things that has helped me in my business was spending time with my dad in his business.
Okay.
So, sorry.
Bless you.
But then I can help you with that question. Funny enough. On the catch up episode we did, we talked about community and what do you call it? Volunteering.
Yes.
Right. Now you mentioned something about you can start with this and then finish up with what you wanted to say. You mentioned that you had your kids volunteer in the libraries
Over the holidays.
over the
wow.
holidays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you see there, like I just
Fantastic.
laid it up for you.
Fantastic. Thank
Dunk
you.
it.
Yeah, they do. They come and they work in the library. They actually, it's not volunteering. They work.
They work.
Over and above that, they work.
How did that go?
Well,
Especially for the boy, for the youngest.
they also work at AMG. They come for internship every holiday without
holiday.
fail. So it's a tough negotiation. Obviously, they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do it if I'm a kid. But they do come. And we think we're impacting the skills, not necessarily to create passion in them to do what we are doing.
Yeah.
But they will know, when I got my job at Procter & Gamble, my first job, what I quickly realized is that I knew so many things. But it never hit me. But we were employed the three people on the same day. But, my one of my colleagues didn't know how to write a check. It was shocking. He was a graduate like me. He didn't know how to write a check.
Because you had to handle this before.
My friend, I had written checks, I had banked checks, I had written sales agreements, I had talked to customers.
Working for your dad.
Working for my dad.
Yeah.
So that made a huge difference.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of thing I'm trying to impact. So let them come, let them do sales agreements, let them go into the land, let them touch beacons, let them talk to customers. One of my daughters spent 2 days talking to customers, and she says the experience is different, blah, 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 and that's it. And it's not a must that they sell, but they are learning something. They will
they're
value
picking something up.
Yes,
Life skills.
One day I was taking them to school. I try to drop them every morning when I'm in Nairobi, and I said, and I told myself, let me test them. I said, guys, so it was just me and my 4 kids, and I said, guys, I'm thinking of selling AMG. It was a test, and they all shouted, no, and I said, why? And they said, where are we going to get school fees? What are you going to be doing? I mean, they had all these 10 reasons why we cannot sell AMG. And I thought to myself, very good. They're
vested.
They're getting into the program. They're getting it. So it's a formula. I mean, it might not work for everybody. Not everybody has the opportunity to bring their kids to work. But you give it your best shot, isn't it? And you whatever you try and do. That's all we are trying to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the intersection.
That's
Yes,
the
that is the
intersection.
intersection.
That's the intersection. Okay.
And then now, when they go to the library, they also see the other side of the world, isn't it?
Ooh, that's very important. By the
Very
way.
important, so that they don't take things for granted. Because it is very, very easy to think the world is like this. The world is I wake up, I'm dropped to school in a car, I'm picked up.
You think about it, like when I would assume they go to a group of schools.
They go
They
to
go to a good school.
they go to a good school.
Yeah, but
and they are dropped and they are picked.
Meaning they do their assignments in laptops.
Yes.
They have exactly. Like, us growing up, we never did any assignment in laptop. I saw my first laptop when I was in the
You
US.
had one pencil, and,
Exactly.
and you are worried that it must last the term.
For them,
It has to last the entire time.
It has to last the entire term.
it gets to the end where you're holding the pencil like I don't know
yeah.
until you have to do this to your pen.
Yeah.
when it's running out of ink, you don't know what's going.
Or even when you're cutting the end of the pencil, you're like, let me not take too much of this off. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So to them, turning on a laptop and pulling up Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel is second nature.
It is.
They do it. So now, when they volunteering at the library, and then a kid comes and asks them, "How do you turn on the laptop?"
Yeah, exactly.
That is when it hits them. It
Yeah.
should hit them like,
It's not obvious.
I actually have it good. And then now, when they actually take the time to sit down and show a fellow kid, probably their age or even somebody older than them, like a parent who does not, who's come on and they're like, "How do you turn on the laptop? What is the internet?" Like those, if they have to walk them through those kind of things, and then they go back on the drive back home, they'll be reflecting on a lot of things, which is
Yeah, by the way, let me also say that I went to Starehe. And as you know, Starehe Boys was 77% sponsored kids.
Yes. And underprivileged kids. Yeah.
Yes, and 23% fee paying kids. I was on the fee paying, I was on the 23%. But what hit me is, again, the difference I could see between just somebody coming on the first day, no shoes, coming from extreme poverty.
but smart like crazy.
And then that boy hits you so hard in class. It embarrasses you so
Embarrasses
much.
you so much.
So I think that also created a huge impact on me to the level of to what education can do in a person.
Going back to what you said about your
Yes.
dad mentioning that education is a great equalizer.
Yes, and then you would see old boys coming to visit, and that boy would tell you that they came from extremely humble background. Now they are a doctor, they are driving, they have a wife. So I think also that created a huge impact in just seeing the transformation education had on kids.
Do you think that's lost a little bit?
Well, it's for Starehe particularly, or
No,
generally,
in
in
general.
society.
I know Starehe still tries to maintain.
yeah, they do that. No, I mean, education for me still, I think, gives the best probability of a good life,
Or better life, yeah.
better life for people who pursue education.
Yeah.
It's still, we can talk about YouTubers, we can talk about Bill Gates, but it's a 0.0001%.
It's a very small margin, yeah.
It's 1 out of a million. I mean, how many Bill Gates are there? How many college dropouts are there?
Wow.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
telling
no, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Man, we have spoken for an extended time because when these things are organic, they are truly natural. They just comes out the way it did. And so Andrew, first of all, we want to just say thank you for your time. We know your time is valuable. What you do is amazing, even from what you had to do over the weekend and how you must be feeling as you prepare to head back. But as we close out, if there were one or two things you just had to say, my closing remarks, this is what would be the most impactful thing I'll say out of all the things we've talked about, which is a crazy request because you've spoken about some depth that goes below what we are accustomed to. But what is something that you can say is your advice or your I don't want to say that the people can take away and say, if there's only one thing or two things I picked up from this conversation, what would it be?
Wow, that's a tough one. I would hope that they pick up more than two.
But you said some people just forget about it, right? They forget and they move on to other things.
Yeah. I think life is an opportunity to really be able to exploit to maximize your potential. Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think it is important to do it. I think it leads to a more joyous life if you are able to do that. Number one. Number two, I think it's important to embrace challenges. Life, we should always pray for to be stronger, to be able to meet challenges. So don't pray for a smoother road.
A smoother road, yeah.
Pray for the stronger legs to be able to handle the uphills and the
Yeah.
I think for me that's what I've found life to be.
It's a matter of perspective.
Yeah. So I always tell my team, there is no soft life.
Yeah.
There is no soft life. There is absolutely no soft life. But if you are able to build yourself to be able to take the shocks of life, then you'll have a much happier life.
Happier life.
Yeah.
And finally, you've also dropped a lot of nuggets of AMG properties, who you are, what you do, and I'm sure there's a lot of diasporans, obviously, who hopefully there'll be a lot who'll hear us because we're still new, we're still growing, and if it arouses their curiosity, who is AMG? What do you do? My dog is back. Yo, can you get out? See,
Sasha wants she wants her time on the mic.
No, my
bro.
daughter went outside and she's playing, and the dog is barking over
She
there.
wants some time on the mic, big dog.
So, by the way, just to wrap it up completely, you've dropped a lot of nuggets on AMG and what you guys are doing as a company, how you're doing what you're doing, which sounds amazing. And we do believe that there will be some of our listeners, as we are growing, they will listen to this and they will wonder, who is AMG?
Yeah.
And if they've been thinking about buying land and investing, I'm sure it will be very beneficial for them to hear and know there's a resource out there. So how can they go about getting in contact with you or getting in touch with AMG?
Okay, very good. Number one, I think immediately you can get on our website. So our website is amgrealtors.com. .com. Yeah.
AMGrealtors.com.
Yeah.
Right.
And we'll post a link on our YouTube.
Yeah.
We'll post it on our social media sites.
Okay,
So,
fantastic. Yeah. You can also reach us on our socials, Facebook, Twitter, or if you just search for AMG Realtors, you'll find us.
Okay.
We are in Kenya. We are along Thika Superhighway, opposite Garden City. You see our building there, AMG Center. So we own our office block. It's under a bit of construction now going on, but we are there. If you come there, we'll be able to host you. You can call the office line if you want to call during office hours. We have an office here in Irving, Dallas. We have an office in Malindi. We have an office in Nanyuki. We have an office in Nakuru. So all those you can be able to come physically. We host visitors. We love hosting visitors. Or you can just call and we'll be able to get back to you.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can see all our properties on the website. You can research us. You can be able to get a lot of information. I don't want to do hard selling and say you must buy this.
This is not the concept of our
No,
show.
this
Our show is not
is,
a sales show.
Yeah.
Our show
Yeah.
is about the real like
story behind.
the story behind the
Exactly.
story behind.
Exactly.
And Andrew, thank you. We can't
Yes,
thank you
thanks,
enough for your time.
Thank
We
you.
can't thank you for making the effort to be out here with us today. And Benny and I are extremely grateful. So
Thank you for hosting me. I've had a wonderful time. And I hope this has been inspiring
yes,
to many people.
absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, and we appreciate and we thank you for, again, coming out and spending time with us out here. In the midst of our craziness in life, as everything is going on, there's dogs barking, there's kids running around over
Doors
here.
opening and closing.
Because
There's a lot of
we
stuff
still
going
have
on.
to do what we gotta do, but for you to take the time and be around all this, as we do appreciate it, and also for our listeners, thank you for just listening and hanging in with us.
Because we're not cutting
this is amazing.
We're not cutting any of this short. It's going to be a straight 2.5 hours.
Oh,
my-
fantastic.
It's 2.5 hours. That's crazy.
I might do part 1, part 2, but it's still, we're not cutting it loose. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right,
Much
guys.
appreciated.
Thank you.
Again,
Third Culture Conversations.
over and out. Third culture.